Hey everybody, welcome to the 10th point, second qualifier for the 8th season. I am the Red Mage, and joining me on the line for this special event is Gosmeat
I am the living embodiment of Pack Rat.
and Zanti.
I am not the living embodiment of rotting dinosaur, but kind of wish I did was.
Well, I'll come to the stream. How are things going, etc., etc.?
Good.
Excited to watch these 6 people or 5, depending on if Brahms shows up, play out in this nice game of Highlander.
Yeah, so today we have a little bit of a different tournament than usual. What we are going to have is a direct qualifier. So the person that wins the event is going to also just get a direct invite to our qualifier. Which means what happened...
To our finals, not a direct invite to our qualifiers.
Yes, to our finals, sorry. Which means our tournament structure will be a little bit different than usual. So we will have... we have 6 players to stand up today, which means that we'll just play round robin. Each 6 of them will face against all the other 5 participants. And, well, we currently have 5. Where they'll face about against all the other 4 participants. There is a bit of an unknown because Brahms did sign up, but we'll see if he shows up. He currently hasn't yet. Which means... then if there is a tie at the top, we will play finals. If there is a tie at the if there is no tie and one player is the points leader, we will just give them the win of the event. That's kind of how it's gonna be. So with that in mind, and assuming that anti-Gmail works in the correct way, which I am not positive it will, but I can hope, because this is the first time I use the round robin format, so hopefully it works the way that it's supposed to. With that said, I will just I'll begin setting up the event. The 2 of you can go through our usual announcements.
So we have a Discord. It's the Canadian Highlander Discord. ! Discord does it in chat, shows it up in chat. You should join it if you are interested in playing in any of the format. If you're interested in playing in Highlander, there's a lot of people who play. We play in different mediums, MTGO, online over webcam, and some others. So if you're interested in Highlander or learning more about the format, or you want help playing or building your decks or get advice on Highlander in general, join it. It's an amazing place. People there are always nice and always willing to help out. You should join the Canadian Highlander Discord. If you're interested in our website, the website is how you get to our website, and it is where we post stuff like rules. We post standings of the tournament of the overall season on there, and we have some little bio about our host and some other interesting information. You should definitely check that out if you're interested in specifically the 10th point. We do not have a next event poll because the next event, well, not next week, but probably the week after, will be the finals. And so this is something that is invite only. And so our next event that you will be able to sign up for will be the first week in season 9, which will probably happen probably a week or 2 after the final. So that's a few weeks out. So there's currently no next event poll. Lastly, if you do have a Twitch Prime, or if you're willing to give us a sub, we greatly appreciate it. If you have that Twitch Prime or that Twitch gaming subscription, then you should definitely give it to someone. Whoever you give it to definitely needs the money more than Amazon does, so that should definitely go to someone. And if you choose us, we greatly appreciate it, and we will definitely use that to help us improve the stream. and run these events. So, do you have anything else that you want to mention, Gosmet?
No, I think that really just rounds up everything we have. I do hope you'll see us in 2 weeks. We'll have some really interesting magic. I do find that. Don't get me wrong, the weekly events, as well as also these qualifiers that we're trying out for this season, definitely a blast to have. But I personally find that the finals, they're both more tense, of course, due to the fact that they're finals and their prizes on the line suddenly. But you also just start finding people having these much more like really tense games for that reason. So I definitely recommend you can't watch that live not next Sunday, but I believe it is Sunday the 2nd for some such. 2nd, nailed it.
So it will be either so we will be asking our players to accommodate to make sure that everybody can make it. Our plan is to have it Sunday the 2nd at the usual time slot, but if people want to move it because they can't make it the day or they can, we'll be accommodating. But yes, our current plan is Sunday the 2nd in our usual time slot, which means that next week there will be no event. So stay tuned. Be on the Discord or on Twitter. We will be posting we will be confirming when exactly the finals will be. This is something we never say, but we are at the 10th point on Twitter. You can also follow us there for information about stuff. There isn't too much getting posted outside of when the tournaments are happening, but it's. Well, with that said, without further ado, I will be posting the pairings.
And while you're posting them, I'll mention one last thing. Right now, as far as the tournament goes, according to season standings, we have Blogai, Baelite, Evios, Brahms, and Luca, I believe, all qualified in the and I believe UnusualThunder, all qualified in points this tournament this season. Since Baelite won the tournament, that means that the 7th person qualified was Necropotence, and so they're all already qualified for the final.
We'll actually have to correct there. Necropotence is actually, I believe, 3 points above UnusualThunder.
That's week 9 standings.
This week 9. Oh, well, this has not been updated then.
I believe that week 10 taking into account, I think Thunder had a 3-1 show.
Updated. So what? Whoever in charge of this, huh, Marco?
What? What have I done? Oh, did they not put up? I thought I had. What?
Anyways.
Well, that's unfortunate. I will take care of it.
Who do we have in round 1 playing each other?
We have UnusualThunder versus Saff and Devious versus
so
Necro.
Since Wolfgang, so I was mentioning this before the tournament, before stream started, but Wolfgang is in the 8th seed. So if anyone who is already qualified wins this tournament, or if Wolfgang wins this tournament, then Wolfgang qualifies. So that means that if anyone wins other than Saff, then Wolfgang wins the tournament. And so especially since Wolfgang isn't playing this round and Saff is, I think we should follow Saff.
I agree. I was going to literally mention that. We also haven't seen Saff around. I think they were literally playing their first tournament last week, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
That would be accurate, yes.
Yeah, I believe that was her first tournament. At least with us. I'm not going to deny the possibility she's played with some other Canadian Highlander tournament. I'm not aware of that.
But
no, we are literally the only possibility for people playing Canadian Highlander in any possible configuration. If it hasn't happened with us, it hasn't happened. I hold this belief that is accurate.
It does seem that our camps have died. Shouldn't be too big a problem, as we will hopefully get the game going in not too long.
I'll fix the cams momentarily.
Let's do that in between the rounds. I don't think that's too important.
Your actual cam. That's.
Yeah, no, I took my camera and smashed it. No.
I think that it might be a situation where it can't be fixed today. I think I'm having some internet problems. So Also, I thought I already. I hate everything about this. I thought I had already taken care of.
Please try again.
Are we good for
We definitely have the
start?
game open, it seems. So
Yeah. Do we have cams up? Or do we want to wait for cams?
Waiting. I'm working on it.
Oh, I wasn't here last week, and I'm just seeing what it says in the top right corner. And oh boy.
So we Stompy, we determined last time, was playing this amazing deck that after we did calculations and a lot of determining, was playing 27 banned cards in this deck.
Well, at least banned in some sort of format.
I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, we almost
Including
almost
block
a
constructed?
third.
I don't think any cards were banned in block constructed in
That-
Stompy.
No,
Then
they
you
were.
got it.
We had. I think it was Linger installs. Oh, and Linsivy. No, not Linsivy. Sorry. There were some cards banned
They
in
had
block.
a
Yes.
ton of block constructed ban cards, and I believe some of the Urza block has as well.
Yeah. And the Linger installs was banned in block. So that was
Block constructed, yet another format that went down alongside Excited? Yes. I can't even remember what the form was called anymore.
Extended.
Yeah, extended. Thank you.
I'm
guys.
gonna tell them to start in a little bit more.
You should tell them to start. The hands will be done momentarily.
The hands will be down and up.
The thing is, Extended as a format died right before I started playing, which was over 11 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. I remember, I never really learned much about the format, but what I understood of it, one of the last things that happened was that the format had been dominated by Scapeshift decks for a long time. Scapeshift Valakut kind of decks. And it had just showed that apparently the format, well, probably just the fact that
It's a Mutani's Acolyte in hand.
I think.
I think that's a
Is that
Wolves.
Yeah, I believe that's
What?
Wood Elves, and then it's Devoted Druid, it's Elves of the Deep Shadow, not Deep Shadows. I always hate that it is in plural.
It is
And
also
then
not they. It's Elves of Deep
Shadow.
Shadow.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said
Yeah.
Elves of the Deep Shadow, which is what I always say as well. But
Oh,
there's no the in the word, which
I
just is stupid.
purposefully didn't say the. Oh no.
So we did
The
see some
unusual
strata.
thunder on something. Once again, unusual thunder just proving that they'll play anything, and they'll probably do fine with it. Playing absent mid range, it looks like here. We've seen them on.
It's
actually
an
a lot
absent deck that splashes blue for Leovold and Oko, to be exact.
What is with everyone in there? I guess I'll splash blue. Oh,
Well, it turns out that
Oko's
one of the best
good.
cards ever printed in Magic the Gathering is blue.
I agree. In a lot of formats, I would be like, yeah, splashing blue for Oko seems reasonable.
Also, the mana has just gotten better with the cards that have been printed in the last few years. And like, if you're already on the hook for playing two colors, chances are you're already losing to the cards that the non-basic hate.
So,
like, you don't have Blood Moon Game. You probably
next turn.
So
yeah, this is a scary board. What
next
is this?
turn,
5, 8, 9?
Saff is untapping with 9 mana.
Oh,
Which is a
that's
finale
a huge
for
draw
7.
too.
Realmwalker is really good as well.
Something? What is that one called?
Realmwalker, I believe.
Realmwalker, yeah. Those are both huge draws. We might just see like a slam of a hoof. Actually, no, hoof isn't.
Hoof is 8 mana. What we've seen last week, Saff played the same deck last week, was the card she would often tutor for was Woodland Bellower, and then Woodland Bellower would tutor for something else.
Yeah, that
and
would make
that's
sense.
generally
We
the
know
path.
their what is the Regal Force? Was my first go-to thought.
I have a feeling that they're going to be getting the 3 mana card that gets a 6 mana or more card that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head.
Fierce Empath.
Yeah,
Correct.
They didn't usually do that last time.
Yeah, but I think
we'll see what they end up getting. They got Woodland Bellower to start with, so
yeah. Because they can cast Hoof next turn and have 3-4 attackers if they untap the Devoted Druid. 5 attackers. Oh,
It is
that's
interesting.
also might.
Oh yeah, card with Forest Walk against person who's played 2 green creatures seems reasonable. Also,
It
just look at
also-
the mana difference real quick. This is hilarious.
It also gives the Elvish Mystic Forest Walk, which is interesting.
It's interesting, but also Unusual Thunder doesn't have a forest right now.
More notably, it's buffing the other
Yeah.
other Elvish Mystic.
The
which is
Elvish
funny.
Mystic is a 2/2.
And by Elvish Mystic, we mean Unusual Thunder's Elvish Mystic.
Yeah.
Those confused.
Because the Elvish Champion is an old school type lord. Where it's symmetrical. It looks at all elves.
So we're gonna see Liliana come down here, and then probably oh no, we see Vindicate come down.
Oh, the champion got vindicated.
Yep.
Well, I hope you like elves. Here's an Elvish War Master. Sylvan's Crying. Unfortunately, not an elf.
Yeah, so Realm Walker here, just a really powerful card, just allow you to digging through the entirety of your deck, just generating multiple cards a turn. Similar to we've seen similar cards do in other formats. We've seen what is in Vintage there was a card they had to limit in the shop decks. What the again?
Yeah, I know
Mystic
what card you're talking
Forge.
about. 4 mana artifact, yeah, Mystic Forge.
Yeah, Mystic Forge, yeah. Other cards to good old Future Sight. More flexible, admittedly, and really difficult to cast comparatively, and not on the body. But they have all of these effects, and they really can
In
just
Vintage speak,
hard
that card is 2 mana. It's fine. Like,
So we do find a green souls in another land here, especially a fetch land here. Really good with Cobra. It's gonna be a good way for them to try and come back into this game. I'm not sure about you, Santi, but I actually really dislike throwing that Vindicate there. I would have saved it for the 6/5 because I'm sitting with a hand that can't deal with 6/5 Traveler.
I did not like the Vindicate either. It did mean your Liliana wasn't doing anything, but I feel like it was just a waste of a turn. You dealt yourself like a lot of damage was dealt to you. In the meantime, it just seemed too slow. It may have been the only thing you could do, but it just seemed really slow, which did not seem great. God, just elf after elf after elf. So many elves. So many elves. More elves. Well, we just see the power of Realm Walker drawing 3 cards this turn.
So many cards. Now we have
this is gonna find a Gaia's Cradle, just in case
that might
anyone was wondering.
Now this is a I was gonna say if you hit a creature here. Oh, hello camera. If we had a creature there, that would have been real powerful.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we've just been able to just keep churning.
Well, I'm pretty sure you just. Oh no, okay. You Thunder.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no real way for Thunder to come back here. There's a
Yeah.
goal on the board that's gonna pump this wide. Unless you find like removal spell, you're guaranteed dead, pretty much.
this elf deck of Saff has some pretty impressive draws. Like, elf is
Yeah,
not an archetype that you see day in, day out.
No, absolutely not. Elves is, in essence, very similar to Hoof. It has some disadvantages, it has some advantages. Hoof tends to be more grindy, mid-rangey in the form of planeswalkers, whereas elves can go much wider, I find, generally speaking. Due to the fact that it can just slam one creature after another with all of its... Particularly, yeah, a lot of its tribal synergies that we did see there. Both decks, of course, are really good at just generating so much mana just quickly, being yield green decks doing what yield green decks do best. That is a reasonable hand from Thunder. That is a turn to Liliana, which is a really big deal here. Can deal with most any creature coming from Saff here.
Notably, not the tree speaker, but
yeah. No, Trees Pickers is 1-1.
Oh, it's still a 1-1, yeah.
Correct.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so we probably get like some sort of blue souls here so we can cast the layer wall down the line. Would make a lot of sense here. Because we don't have any further fetches, and we want to use this Death Right ASAP to get our Lina going. Because I think this Lina by herself is just going to win the game.
Oh yeah, killing the tree speaker and any future 1-1s is such a big deal.
Exactly. That
And
is going
this
to
will
slow you
follow.
down. It gives you a win con.
Yeah, it can in fact ultimate at some point.
Just a note to Red Mage here, in case you haven't been paying attention to Discord. Brahms has showed up. There was a mistake in tournament announcement, where we had the wrong time in Central European in the tournament announcement.
I see.
It had the right time in Pacific and Eastern.
That's correct. That's actually correct. Instead of moving it, because it was an hour ahead, but I think instead of moving it from 7 to 6, I moved from 7 to 8. I think on accident. So that is my bad. Yeah, that could definitely be why we're missing a couple players.
In the past, I think you've written 18 CET, and this time you wrote 8.
No, I think I just copy those usually, but well, at least this time I just copy it and use what was there. Either way, this is a game that I'm having a hard time. Much like last game was pretty much Seth's. That was her game. This looks like this is going to be a easy win for Thunder.
Well, the Archdruid can insulate
The
Saff's health from
Archdruid,
the
if it's
Lily.
not removed, gives
Yeah.
protection here. And
And
while
this is also a pretty big draw with the empath here.
Yeah.
That means we can
Like-
find something that's actually pretty relevant on the board instead of just a bunch of 1-1s and 2-1s.
to be fair, we looked last week at Saff's list, and Saff didn't have that many big creatures in her deck. Like we
Yeah.
don't think she wasn't playing like Hornet Queen, for example, which me and Marco mentioned would probably be a staple if we were thinking
Yeah, you
about
definitely
I'm not
always
big-
play that
I'm
card
not-
in Creator.
I'm not a big Colin Queen fan. I'm going to be honest with you here.
Hornet Queen is just oftentimes the best card you can get in many circumstances. So while it might be not great in a lot of circumstances, if it's the best card you can get in a deck that tutors a lot, it's good to have.
Also, as someone who plays blue-green hoof, very good with
Oh, it's
opposition.
way better there. It's way better. When you have an opposition in a deck, oh boy, is it better.
But like, there's a lot of times where you just play like your opponent has 4 creatures that you need to kill, and you're like, "How do I kill this?" All right, Hornet Queen.
It's probably the best you can do in the form of a sort of combat card.
But
I feel like if you're in Hoof, you're probably not in a situation where you have both 7 mana and the ability to come back a lot of the time.
I
So that
find
might just be
myself
my experience.
in that position a fair amount whenever I would play Hoof.
Again, it's just a case of me not having any experience here. Yeah,
We
we're
do
gonna
see
see. We're
Hoof
gonna see Hoof
gotten,
here.
which we have 1, 2. So if nothing else changes, I'm pretty sure this Cradle Hoof's just lethal next turn. That was a good draw though by Unusual Thunder.
Boy,
Right on time.
wow, that is a huge draw. Wow.
Unusual Thunder back up against the wall after a good Elvish Archdruid. And
Yeah, I think you just want to get in here with Kambala there at least. I think you want to keep label back and then probably just minus on Rafellos, I'd imagine. That leaves us so label can block most of the creatures without all the creatures without trading down. Yep. And the Cabal can get in for some amount of chip damage.
I don't think you want Kambal to get in because I think you want just your opponent to attack you. Otherwise, you're ulting this Liliana and your opponent's not beating this ult.
Yeah, true, but I think I think this is definitely a reasonable line of thought. I just think that Saff is specifically a deck. Saff's deck is something that can just punish you for having a slow, grindy win with a Liliana.
She needs to draw something like within the next
Move
couple
to
turns.
Electric Boogaloo.
But yeah, that
You
him
don't
to
actually like big growth effects in Sapp's list. Although
there's a
that might
Deathrite Shaman.
true, not that important suddenly. We would probably some sort of lord like Surrey. It's probably your best bet at the moment. And I suppose that Liana is going to make that a lot more difficult.
You know, it's also still a good draw here. Hornet Queen.
Yeah, I
It
guess
pressures in the air.
6 a turn, correct?
Hornet Queen puts 6 damage on the board a turn.
Yeah, makes 4 tokens and is a 2 to itself.
Yep. I don't think this is the last draw that Saff gets. I think next turn is their last turn to draw something relevant.
Yeah, producing a couple zombies a turn, it scales quickly. Yeah, plus eating for 2 here. Suddenly we're gonna have to go in jump mode. The more in jump mode we are, the less likely we are to actually have like ways of well, not jump mode, but trade mode probably, because we have a lot of 2/2s. I think you wait a turn here. Yeah, you won't get more zombie tokens. I try to remember how is it the map? Is it 2 plus the amount you have, correct?
2 plus the amount that you already have.
Yeah.
Azuri is a card
No,
that
I didn't. No, don't say I didn't call it, because I did. I definitely did.
Azuri, like,
I
okay, your opponent's gonna have a lot of zombies.
Oh yeah, but you're gonna have a lot of damage.
Like, your opponent is gonna have 14 zombies next turn. Or not 14, I lied.
Yeah, sure. Get
14, no, they're gonna have 14 zombies next
Yeah,
turn.
but I think they're gonna have to block with some of those. So we have to do the math here. Appa isn't getting in. I presume we have to attack with everything else. That's 21 points of damage. Yeah,
No, we just attack with these 3 and then we can buff again.
Oh, true. That is actually more damage.
Azuri plus
that's
Dried Arbor
exactly
plus
one more
the...
activation. That does remove a blocker on the swing back. So that's not something we
It does, look. Your opponent isn't gonna have enough creatures to swing you back at this point.
So how much damage are we gonna have? It's currently 15. We gain 9 more. That's 24.
Yeah, this isn't enough for lethal, unfortunately.
No, I agree.
You
this is definitely
end up blocking with a fair amount of things though to stop. I don't think you're gonna have. Well, let's see here. If your opponent can block with, so they're at 24, so they need to block with 10 points to stay alive. So if they block with, let's say, 5 zombie tokens, then they have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have 1 zombie plus Cabal plus Leovold plus 2 death rate activations, which is lethal still.
Oh look, my camera.
Yeah,
so I do think
trying to
that
fix
if
it.
the correct blocks are made, this is still lethal. The UnusualThunder has lethal on the crackback. Although you do have 1 blocker left, so maybe it's not lethal.
Yeah, you have both a story and possibly the dried apple, depending on if you feel like activating here, which in all likelihood you do.
You definitely activate here because it's either gonna kill them or it's gonna
Talking about the well, yeah.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's 8 toughness, yeah. So that's 1 damage through. That's no damage through from that one.
Yeah. You are throwing your 3 creatures away to die here.
Yeah, and then you throw 3.
I don't like throwing Death Rate Shaman away
If
to
you want
die.
to trade everything for 2 of those creatures, you can.
Death Rate Shaman represents 4 damage, which is more than any other creature on your board.
I think you have to ask yourself, like, what is the most I can block with here and still just exactly survive?
Yeah. You have to block with a zombie still.
Now, here's an interesting question. Does it make it? It doesn't really make a difference if you try and block with 1 less zombie, and then actually just gain some life with different. That should be the same amount of damage either way, right? You just need
yes, that is
need
worse to do though,
more
because I think you're dealing less. you.
Well,
I
the
think-
2 damage that somebody gets in for is the same damage you get with the Death Right Shaman here.
That's fair.
This definitely feels like a Yu-Gi-Oh moment. Like, let's be honest here.
Part of the cards.
No,
This is exactly enough to survive. Deathrite Shaman's gonna be activated here.
This is the Yu-Gi-Oh moment because people are attacking for literal thousands of damage.
Mute yourself, Marco.
But you still take. Yeah, I was gonna literally say the same. No, I'll be honest. I actually binge watched some Yu-Gi anime recently. As literally today, I finished it. But like, this is the exact moment where like you get back in like this. It's the swing turn that you see in all of these like.
So
Drawing out
if
last
you pump here,
Saff.
if you pump here, you're still dead. And from Saff, Saff is still dead if they pump, so they can't pump here.
You might just produce the regen here.
But if you don't pump, you're still dead as well because you deal 4 damage from the death rate,
10,
and then 1, 2,
14,
5. So 4 of these go
14.
through.
16. Yeah, you're dead. It is exactsies. Wow, that is actually exactly lethal next turn. Because even if you kill the Azori and the Zombie Token here, that leaves 6 2-power creatures in play. You can block 3 of those, so you take 6. Then you take 2 from Death Right and
So you could have
actually,
tapped.
wait. No, wait. Oh no, I was gonna check. I was gonna say if there wasn't 2 non-creatures in graveyard, but it's both Liliana and
Well,
it's not lethal.
Thunder goes to gain 2 life, which is I think incorrect.
It's not lethal anymore now.
Saff could have actually tapped just Will Fellows and the land, and that adds 3 mana because the Dried Arbor is a forest.
Yeah, exactly.
Which would have killed another creature and saved her own creature.
True.
Because she could have regenerated as well.
But I think they would actually have lost the game then, because now they would haven't had enough.
Well, no, if they just do the pump, then they're trading their Rofellos for a blocker because they kept the combo alive. Right.
So the Rofellos taps for 3. Then you tap your land for 4. And then you have to tap your Dried Up as well. That leaves you.
You don't have to tap
down.
your Dried Up. Or you do. It's 5 mana.
Yeah, exactly. You only got 3 forests.
Never mind.
I agree with you. If you have one more, definitely do that.
But here we have.
But yeah, no.
Death Right gets in for 2. Everything gets in for 2, and you have 8 creatures, and your opponent has. Or you have 7 creatures, and your opponent has 3 blockers. So Thunder made a critical mistake here. Unusual Thunder made a critical mistake in not dealing 2. I think they thought they had lethal anyways, and they wanted to be secure, but
if you thought you had lethal, I think exact opposite. I think they didn't have lethal chances. Because if you thought you had lethal, then you just take this certain choice and just deal 2 damage for sure.
Now we're gonna see a total of 12 zombies, though.
Yeah.
That is a large amount.
How much damage can we deal with these creatures? And is it enough to beat this infinite army?
Well, the only way you have a chance of winning is by sending your creatures sideways. So what's going to happen? You're going to send these creatures sideways.
Are we in double overrun territory?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, we were in that last
time. In triple overrun.
Are we in triple overrun territory?
So
we have 5 mana with the land, 6 with the Dry Arbor. We are exactly in. We can do exactly 5 overruns.
5 overruns? Is it take 5 mana to overrun?
So let me explain. Yeah. You have 5 lands, excluding your Dryad Arbor. So that's 1. Elvish Archdruid taps for 5. That's 2.
Oh right, there's an Elvish Archdruid.
Dryad Arbor for the 3rd and final activation. You can only attack with 3 creatures.
Yeah, so we're in triple overrun, not 5 overruns.
But It's still more damage than the 8/8 Raphaelos would do. 8/7
Yeah.
Raphaelos would do. It's exactly
But-
1 damage.
Well,
Yeah.
if you still get to attack with Raphaelos and Dryad Arbor if you only use
Yes,
those.
but the Dried Arbor sadly does not get pumped, as it only pumps else.
To be fair,
Oh.
the Raphaelos only adds
There
3. Raphaelos only adds 3 to each creature, right? So
That's for
if
now.
Raphaelos is
It is, like I said, it is exactly 1 more damage by doing this way.
Yeah.
It's 9 versus 8.
Yeah. Notably, Azuri cannot in fact regenerate himself. But it could overrun again here.
they can overrun again here, and is this going to be enough blockers to survive?
And more importantly, they're blocking correctly. Yep. Light of Death Shaman block on that one. Unless it's necessarily.
this is going to be close. I think that I'm not doing the math here because we're going to find out in a minute. But I think that Unusual Thunder will survive at a very low life total of like 2.
So currently 1 zombie surviving. That's a total of 6, 9 toughness. So
Wait, no.
2,
If another overrun is cast,
5
they're taking.
currently lethal.
Yeah, this is above lethal.
How is this lethal?
It is currently lethal if Death Shaman doesn't gain you 2 life.
Yeah, so your Thunder is at 10 life.
Yes.
Effect.
One zombie survives from Azuri.
Yeah.
Nothing gets into Azuri. Llanowar Elves deals 8, so that means you're at 2.
Yeah. And then there's another unblocked. Oh no, that creature was stopped. Sorry, never mind.
Also, you should probably switch your consider switching up a Kambal with your zombie token if you want to really trade everything. That's
You get to kill everything.
better.
You kill everything. Your Fierce Empath survives.
Yeah.
It deals no damage, but you kill everything.
No, a zombie is left from the Azuri.
So the only thing that's going to survive out of this board state is a zombie and a Deathrite Shaman, and then on the other side of the battlefield, a Fierce Empath and an Llanowar and an Elvish Archduke. And you're at 1 life. So
Yeah. So while they didn't take, while Thunder didn't find the exact lethal. Oh, yeah, no, this game is probably over.
Well,
I mean,
Unusual
I don't know
Thunder. To be
It was
fair,
hard for Saff to get back, but with Green Suns.
Unusual Thunder, to be fair, also had some more leeway. Like she could block to absorb a little bit more damage. Like it was less efficient in terms of keeping some zombies, but it was more efficient in terms of soaking up damage. So she could have probably saved a couple more life that way. Granted, if she had done it that way, she would still have an Azuri. So that would be pretty good. But
Sure what exactly Green Suns seen if there are in Thunder's list here. But there's probably some Siege Rhino Fractus or whatever. Or anything along those lines that will just not literally end the game here like a hoof would. But there's probably something that just puts this in a situation where Saff can't win no matter what they draw.
yeah, I mean, there's an argument that if your opponent draws like a Crater Hoof or something, right? Like Siege Rhino ain't gonna help you there. Like being at 1 and being at 4, it's not that different. So you just slam something that ends the game as fast as possible, like a Questing Beast or something like that into play. That might be better. I don't know though.
When I saw that Surrey, I was like, wow, that's the one turn where you could draw a Surrey and still be in this game. I was like, that might just do it. And no, it just turned out it just was just short. 2 turns in a row.
The Liliana Emblem makes many zombies.
yeah, like I think that from Thunder's point of view, if you were able to kill the Azuri, and then your Liliana Emblem will come back and win this game, unless your opponent draws an absurd draw on their next turn immediately afterwards. So unless something like Enray's Forerunner somehow gets drawn and be able to cast this turn, you should be fine.
So it looks like X equals 4. I'm imagining some sort of Siege Rhino then.
It is a Rhinoceros.
Questing Beast is lethal here if they have a
Questing Beast is also lethal here, true.
They get Siege Rhino, which not lethal, but gives you some protection. Yeah, Questing Beast was lethal. That was the one that I was thinking of, but they didn't. They may not be playing it. That's a possibility.
Let's figure it out.
You know, the best life gain is lethal. So you're infinite life when your opponent's dead. Wise words to live by or something. I don't know. I'm a mono red player. What do you expect?
Yeah, the best form of card advantage is killing them while they have 5 cards in hand.
Yeah, they effectively discard 5. Like, that's
yeah. You wanted to know? Questing Beast is in fact in the deck, so lethal could have been had.
So okay, so we could have had lethal.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Saff's hand is honestly kind of slow. I'm not loving it. Doesn't have a mana dork. It is very beat down, and that's not what you want to be against Thunder's mid-range shell. And speaking of Thunder's hand here, I don't know about you, but I don't like this hand.
It has a Blood Chief's Thirst, and that's the only card I like in this opening hand.
Yeah, there was just a 3-mana free here and
not
creature land. Congratulations.
On 6, you probably have to keep it, I guess.
Oh, this is a 6?
Yeah. She just put a card at the bottom, so...
I don't know if I would keep this on 6. Poor Lance just doesn't do anything.
Path's good. Path's a good draw.
They're both on 6, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely just Blood Chief's thirsting this idiot, this Nettle Sentinel.
Really? It doesn't have 4 mana. Are you that scared of a Nettle Sentinel?
I just want to be efficient with my removal. I don't want to path it. I can tell you that much. I would rather keep path than Blood Chief's Thirst.
Yeah, but because both of your removals are one mana, I think you can afford a little bit of inefficiency and save your removal for like a higher target. Like I'm more interested in Blood Chief's Thirst than this Allosaurus Shepherd.
So we have a crop here. Gonna probably get guys correctly here, which is gonna be really good actually. So that's a way to get this finale going real quick. Garruk here, not a bad draw, not the best draw either. Yeah, I think you just have to play the Blood Chiefs first here and get rid of something.
Yeah. I mean, just getting rid of the idiot.
Yeah, now we can counter that spells once again. Wait. Wrong deck.
So Garruk can kill the next thing that gets played. Well, in a couple turns, Path can take care of his area.
Guy's Cradle immediately. Like I want to spend that mana right there when I can, and then play this Ori this turn. Yeah, sure, I'm getting hecked by Wasteland, but I need to go fast if I'm Saps. I'm the beatdown here, really.
Oh.
Literally, but effectively. Because I'm the deck that wants to
Path and Inquisition this turn, most likely.
Yeah,
take the station and then path something. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, just get rid of the Azuri before it becomes a problem. Especially because
I do not want my opponent untapping with Azuri. That just sounds like a bad idea.
Oh, no, it's time for Leonard.
Yeah,
Leonard
that's what I was afraid was going to happen. But I did not like this.
Loved it.
You play a free. Congratulations. Admittedly, you have seen that your opponent doesn't have anything really interesting up till now. Actually, Saff, if they know what they're doing, they can get once again Cradle here, and then play their Visionary. I think that's 100% the correct play.
Yeah, I liked getting Cradle last couple turns ago.
You just have been play as soon as you could. Like, it really doesn't cost you any mana as long as you unless they kill both your creatures. And if they do that, you're like, fuck it, they had to go really out of the goddamn way to do that.
Well, I mean, UnusualThunder is playing Abzan. That is a deck that's kind of in the business of killing most of your creatures.
Oh, yeah, some of them, but there's also a limit to how much they can kill with a realistic hand. you can sit in fear that they might have something, but you can also just be like, yeah, they're not gonna have it.
Part of the reason I
I'm
think
trying
that
to.
UnusualThunder went
So can you
on
actually
the
just finale for like a lord here and just get in?
No, you only have 4 mana here. You
Yeah.
could
There's 2 mana lords.
better to just keep a mana up for keep a forest up to keep alive regen if you need to.
I feel that part of the reason that UnusualThunder chose to play the Leovold last turn was also that because she only had the Cradle as the only land in hand, which means unless she top decks land, without a creature in play, she wouldn't have been able to actually cast this Garruk. And Garruk's a decently big game. I think that we're gonna see Garruk come down, kill the Azuri here, and well, I guess not. But
So
I
now
think
you have.
that here I would have just slammed the Garruk, killed the Azuri.
Yeah, with this decision, you're saying I want to cling to something, I want a path, and I want to try and see if I can draw maybe a better land, perhaps a tap land or something. What do I know?
What are you thinking? I'm probably thinking Finale here, right?
100% finale, like, I don't care about the trophy. If you trophy my.
No, trophy doesn't do much in this. Like
Yeah.
finale is very scary.
You have
Yeah,
cards, you have cards you don't want to get trophy, don't get me wrong.
What
But
what
that
would
you.
Trophy in
strong off of
Leovold, I
Llanowar
believe, is a
Visionary?
3-for-1, and I think you're just
Yeah,
fine with that happening.
exactly.
What did Llanowar Visionary draw?
What do you mean? Wrong?
That's a great question. I do not have an equally great answer.
Oh, you mean with Llanowar Visionary?
Oh,
Yeah.
nothing because there's a Leovold in play.
Ah, yes.
Oh, good point. Yeah, true. I'll admit I forgot that. Llanowar, Tunnel Witness, really good here. Can get back a removal spell if need be. Or just like Junker. Don't have mana for it though currently, but that's fine. Yeah, and pathing the Leovold. Actually,
Oh, hey, Realm
mana.
Walker.
Ooh, Remwalker. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna see an E-Wood come down then next turn. Quite possibly. I would also just Garruk here and eating it.
Yeah,
Depending on
you,
what.
you absolutely eat it with Garruk.
Not sure
Garruk, your
why we
Garruk flips. It's
fast. Like that ends up costing you a mana here.
huh?
Like I guess you don't have black mana available.
Oh, they're trophying the right. That it makes sense that they would do it after attacks because then you get to untap your Nettled Sentinel in case there's like I don't know.
Yeah. Once again, this is funny thing with Cradle. Killing a creature then giving it a land is just effectively mana neutral. For this reason. So still a 4 mana here. So still in Garruk
Is
territory
that a
in
no
E.
Priest of Oblivion?
Yeah, sure is.
Card's powerful.
I
It
actually
is
kind of like.
powerful.
Here's my argument for why E-Wit is better. And it seems like we have an agreement
It's
here.
3 mana.
It's 3 mana, it devolves your Gaia's Cradle, and it means that you can develop a Garruk on the board with it will actually like stick around. Instead of just be a 4 mana removal spell. Now you get a 4 mana removal spell and a 2/1 instead of like 4 mana removal spell gain a life.
Are you
Choosing to
just
play,
gonna let this Realm Walker do its thing? I am not into that.
I would honestly have wanted to get real fucking greedy with Null Priest. I'm not saying it's correct, I'm just saying I wanted to. At least kill it during
You're
upkeep
gonna
here.
upkeep kill Realm Walker.
Okay.
Which I don't think you find a land now.
Does Remwalker reveal or look at?
Look
Just
at.
look at.
Yeah, makes sense. That's the new way they're gone around it. Priest.
So sadly, this Beast Whisperer doesn't match very well against Garruk.
Yeah, Beast Whisperer just really good card.
Ooh, that draw. That card says your entire deck doesn't do anything.
Ouch, yeah.
Except only one card on this board has an activated ability.
Oh god.
This card
Yeah,
is
for
good, but it's
now.
not good here.
No, it's not good in this spot, but like I think it does prevent the deck from being great going forward.
Yeah, this is gonna be game. I guess Guy's Cradle still is a way of generating a good bit of mana. But this got a lot worse.
Yeah. The game got a lot harder for Saff.
Minus. Can we get Garrett up on the screen actually?
What the heck is this card that was just drawn?
I have absolutely
Is this
no.
Court of Calling?
I mean, that's my best guess. It seems like it's
Like it looks like X green, which is the only card I can think of being Court of Calling.
Yeah, and if they tap a creature, we know for sure.
But it doesn't look like the name doesn't look like Court of Calling. Neither does the image.
I will see if there is a card of calling with that art. There is. Yeah, no, it's a card of calling from.
They're tapping. Yeah.
Yeah, well, is that
Double
tapping a mana door?
Masters.
Yeah, I think that's some sort of. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Why not tap the Nettle Sentinel? I mean, that's literally just free mana.
Finds Lordy. Which Lordy gets means that you swing past the Garruk.
Okay, so see, so the plan is to just try and raise them here. That is not reasonable.
You killed their Garruk. Now they no longer have a Garruk, and they're
But that-
dealing a lot of damage. You have 8
Um,
damage. It's a 2-turn clock.
Well,
Is it
unusual.
two turn
The Null Priest has lifelink, so UnusualThunder gets to attack for 5 and gain 2 here.
well,
How does No Priest attack for 5?
Actually,
You
No,
mean
the Limvala
Thunder
gets to
attack?
also attack.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you get to attack for 5 and gain 2, but like even gaining 2, you're getting dealt 8 on the crackback.
what are we tapping mana for? Is there something like
Storing
Wild
Wildwood is activated.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, everything is turned sideways. Let's go.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like
This makes sense. This is probably the best attack because you're not trading your Eternal Witness for the 2/2.
Yeah. There is no way that the Alvisha actually gets traded for.
Green Sun Zenith though. Let's go.
okay, that does things.
Those are some
tap
draws
them.
that just happened.
And then it probably finds you some sort of life gain or something, which is also pretty big.
Oh,
Or just another Lord and you murder them.
Equals 5.
They're not dead to another Lord, unless the Lord somehow gives +2/+2.
Yeah, now this through. They're going, what the flip do I have here?
You find Elishnorn somehow.
There's the 3 mana one that domes them, but that's not enough damage. That's actually 2 off due to the life link.
You really just need to create like 2 blockers. If you create 2 blockers here, you just have the game basically.
Yeah, because
You get to block multiple
5.
They do X equals to 3 again.
So a big enough should do. Does an Elf Lord do it here? No, it doesn't.
Elf Lord is like too short.
Yeah, specifically due to the life gain.
Yeah.
I feel like everything I can think of is like 1 or 2.
You could get something like Daiwin's Elite, right? That just creates 2 random idiots, and that's good enough. Unless your opponent draws a removal spell, then it's.
Is there a way something that gives me a way to untap my Nail Sentinel next turn?
Oh, this is good enough. We lied. This is just good enough.
But isn't that a damage off? Is that me miscounting? That's a damage off.
That is damage. That is 1 off. I
was like
into 8.
About that one, but I couldn't see how that should be lethal, and it wasn't.
You get to keep another blocker out, so they still don't have lethal in the crackback unless a land is drawn.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or unless a removal spell is
drawn. There's even an argument to keep 1 more creature back here if you really want to go deep, because then you can block both the Stirring Wild with the 4/3. You can block the 2/2.
Well, if you attack with just your Elvish Idiot, then you can still only block 2 creatures. The thing is, you're insulating yourself from removal spells, but you'll only get in for 2 damage.
You can block the Wild as well.
Yeah, you can only block 2 creatures though.
What? Why?
Because this idiot has Menace.
Oh.
Yeah, Menace lifelink.
Right, that's the second ability it has.
The third ability it has is Kicker. The fourth ability it has is when this card enters the battlefield, if it was kicked. Oh, you get to gain some life here. I don't know that it matters, but I guess you draw a card instead. Hymn to Turek, not good enough. Siege Rhinoceros.
No.
Do they have enough fuel? No.
Can they siege Rhino and activate certain wild?
That's this game, right? Yeah, that's game.
Stirring
Let's leave-
Wild
If they can
Wood
siege
is-
Rhino and activate certain Rhino,
You don't even need to play Stirring Activate Stirring Wildwood. You can literally play Siege Rhino and attack.
but that's not good enough.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Either the Eternal Witness or the Null Priest will have to get through, because Null
yeah.
Priest has Menace.
Literally stated. That said, might as well play Activate the Wildwood.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well activate the Wildwood, but
So just some background info. EU is actually 2-0 against Necro. Part of the reason I presume we've seen Necro in chat actually. And with only a couple of minutes and both clocks left, UnusualThunder taking it home 2-1 with some really tight games here from both players. First one was definitely a bit one-sided, but outside of that, wasn't really good games.
The second game was very good. UnusualThunder did miss a couple turns of lethal in a row, but they ended up pulling it out in the end.
is the WolfgangCloud game still going? And I'm sorry that we don't have cameras.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I forget we have the Wolfgang. That is still going. Yeah.
So
It is at
for
least-
those that didn't realize what was happening, we actually had a problem with our sign up announcements, and so Brahms showed up late. But because it was on us, we let him get in. So now he's playing against the person that used to have the buy, which is WolfgangCloud. So now that's happened.
So what we have here? Yeah, Wolfgang. I'm not surprised. Really wants that in and win. So they're playing their faithful old mono red, and there to punish them on probably one of the worst matchup for Wolfgang here. Brahms on D&T. So this is. I'm not sure. Do we know what the standings are? Because this is definitely a game that's not out of Wolfgang's hand yet, because he has 2 ways to stop the Firewalker's life gain and other life gain sources, but there's still the 2-2 with Pro Red, which is going to make attacking rather difficult. So you're relying a lot on the burn spells or going wider to do the winning, which, with how the board stays looking, yeah, that's not
This
real.
board does not look good for Wolfgang at all.
So that's Skull Clamp and Firewalk. Shall be said, Brahms on 0 cards in hand.
And
But I think
Wolfgang is currently up a game. Just letting people know.
game.
I'd
Brahms.
be happy if I'm Wolfgang being up a game, because I don't think I'm winning this game right now.
I don't think it's completely lost yet, but it's looking.
It's not completely lost, but it's just very difficult from this point of view. None of your creatures can attack into this core Firewalker. You don't have that many burn spells in hand.
Agreed.
And the core Firewalker also blunts the edge of the burn. Never mind.
This core Firewalker can also just get in and kill this Tybalt if you really want to kill this Tybalt.
The only thing that Wolfgang is going for them here is specifically that Firewalker and other things aren't able to gain life. Now twice due to the Tybalt as well.
As we all know, when you have double life can't be gained, it just means you start losing life.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I thought it was minus equals plus. Fuck. Man, I'm a physicist.
Well, this recruiter just drew 2 cards, so that's fun.
Oh, it's already drawn 1 card, I imagine. And I imagine I could guess it's called Core Firewalker. That's probably one of the cards I would be touring up.
Phyrexian Revoker. I guess you name Tybalt here, but I don't want to name. I might just name something.
I will name Tybalt, but that's assuming I don't know anything in Thunder's hat. Then I'm kind of like,
just minusing doesn't do anything on this board.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be surprised if we see this Revoker Skull Clammed. We don't, but I wouldn't have minded that. That said, it does put up in a situation where currently this Fiend token definitely getting in for some reasonable attacks. That said, Core Firewalker, piece of shit. Why does it exist? I hate it.
I love Core Firewalker.
Yeah,
Not as
no,
much as Orioc Champion. Orioc Champion's cool.
it's more burn. We do see more burn there. That is the way you want the game to go if you're in the Wolfgang seed. You want to just see every burn spell ever. You do have
And you
7.
have 7 points of burn in your hand right now, some of which is uncastable, but
Yeah.
8 with the Tibble with the Devil token.
Yeah, you still need a second mountain to realistically cast a Fire Blast. You still need some lands to activate Random Runes, which will give you an additional 2 damage as well. Just instantly going base here, I presume. I don't think you're killing the Rager here, are you? Please don't tell me you're killing the Rager. So you have a Flame Slash for that. Yeah. That should be going face. Now, one thing to be noted, and I think this is completely unironically Wolfgang's best chance of winning this game specifically, is the top left corner, which is live. Sorry, the time. Brahms was under 4 minutes there. Seems like we had some slower games. Ephemerate here. Wow. Okay, so Wolfgang choosing here to go with a line that says, yeah, I'm gonna make it so that you don't ever have creatures on board, so my free can keep attacking you. I'm curious, are we gonna see attack here? You could trade the Ferocity here for 2 points of damage. I don't imagine you will though.
That just sounds so wrong. Froststone is one of the only reasons you're still in this game.
This
Yeah,
is the
Ferocity
moment where Wolfgang draws Ghostfire.
Yeah. Now, the question is, do you want to pay 1 life to gain a clue token here? And I kind of think the answer is no. Because I feel like that's too slow. You have Skullclamp to draw cards if you really need to. You already have 2 clue tokens. Honestly, just feels overkill. I would just rather have the 1 point of life there. That's it. Do you know, if you have a rebound spell, do you have to cast it?
Yes.
Okay, that might make sense then.
Yeah. If you can legally cast it.
Yeah.
If you can.
If there is no legal target, then no, but...
Oh,
Then it just stays
boy,
in.
now it's activating Vigilance or Lifelink to this Go Firewalker.
It can't. Give it lifelink, please do it. If I'm Wolfgang, I'm hoping to give it
Oh, good point. Yeah, but it's gonna get Vigilance, I presume, here.
indestructible is my guess.
Indestructible, interesting choice. I would have given it Vigilance and just gotten in for 2 points of damage, probably hitting, yeah, honestly just Wolfgang.
I mean...
Like, what are they gonna do, block it?
Well, yeah, Wolfgang can block with the Devil, and...
No, because it's got Pro Red!
Well, to be fair, the card that was targeted by the Gideon was the Thraves. It wasn't the Qualifier.
Oh yeah, no, I was just arguing for giving Vigilance to the Firewalker. I guess indestructible.
You definitely blow up the Raven Inspector here and then attack with everything, right?
No, I'm with you. I'd even slam the
Ash Zealot.
Yeah.
Like this was a way where you actually get in damage. Like you blow up the Raven Inspector, you get in for a fair amount of damage.
6-7 points of damage next turn. That puts you at 2. But you put them at presuming they block your Bowman Career, they take 5, 6. They probably block your Ash Zealot if you do that. They take 6 then. That puts them at 5, which means you're a Fire Blast and any token dying from them being dead. I think that's a perfectly reasonable conclusion to come to.
Smugglers
because they couldn't even kill your Rampaging Froston. That's the other thing, right? Your Rampaging Froston just could not die in that.
Yeah, exactly. You have to presume that like that one goes through. That's the kind of the idea. Yeah, now they just get to play their creatures, and the more creatures they get to play, you might think, oh, I get triggers from Ferocity here. Yeah, you do, and so do they when you play yours. I think that was like the one chance you really had as Wolfgang was hoping to find the line where you can just like go all in last turn. Hope
So
to find something within the next couple
I
turns.
don't think that you've lost this game yet. If you're
No.
Wolfgang,
Agreed. Might just be able to like find a line here
you
somewhere.
need to draw basically a mountain and removal spell in the next 2 draws.
Yeah,
And a
That
third
was pretty
spell.
cool. Like, Brahms can't really attack. The Devil's gonna ping Brahms down to 8. If that's even relevant, because we have the Seed of Fire. It feels like they're going for. There's even an argument here for like at one point you will probably be like casting. If you can't get the mountain, you can cast it, float the mana, activate Bowman Courier, try and find a burn spell, go down that route.
Oh, there's the removal for the Rampaging Ferocidon.
Oh no. Yeah, that's gonna be bad. But it's once again, it's not game by any means.
As long as this Temple stays alive, you got a little bit of hope.
Yeah, Qualifier will
I think Wolfgang missing that one attack though was key.
Like,
honestly
the thing here...
Tibble's not technically dead, but it means throwing away your seal and everything else.
I mean, is the Brahms attacking...
It's
It's just
the
a Brimos attack. So you just chump block the Brimos and then you eat the 1/1.
Yeah, agreed. And you send the 1 point of damage face.
Yeah.
You need to go with everything.
Yeah, if you draw a forest, you get to deal them 6. So they're too short.
You mean mountain, not forest.
Yeah, yes. Mountain. Yeah, mountains.
And you need to draw a mountain removal spell.
No, honestly, a mountain. Yeah, no, yeah, probably use a mountain this turn. Is what you need, and then you need to head something off probably the Bowman Courier or maybe even off the what is it called? The Diadem play if you don't fight in the first draw. That is how you win.
That was not how you win, though.
Not it. Question is, can you get one more turn? Can you sneak a turn now? You take 4 damage in there, like you're not dealing with that one. You're not dealing with a Cold Firewall. You can jump the Cold Firewall with the Bowman.
The problem is the Angel just kills Tibble. And then they start getting life when you cast your burn buff and you lose.
Did we attack? Did you know they attacked Brimos of face last turn? Do we know that?
I don't know. Did not check. I'm assuming the block means that they attack T-Bolt. But
I probably would have made the same block regardless of how they attack though, because I just wanted those creatures. I wanted that 1/1 to die.
Yeah, agreed. You want your 1/1 to die and get in for 1 damage, because that means suddenly you mountain into shock somehow would be lethal. And that's
I think you play the Get to Lava Runner here. It's pretty free.
Yeah, at this point you might.
Or you maybe you play the 2 because the Get to Lava Runner has haste, and maybe if you survive, you can find a way for it to come in. I am on screen. Hello, myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix the cameras again. There was a bit of an issue. That one was on me. That one wasn't on action.
You should mute yourself on Hangout.
And honestly, if you're having too much trouble with cameras, just forget them.
This is the last attempt to make. But that does mean that they will be momentarily on the screen for a short amount of time. There you go.
Cosmic.
Hello. I am Skin.
So we see the Heartfire Emulator come down. I think the Heartfire Emulator came down because it can block and then also kill something. So I think there's a chance that Wolfgang can survive 1 more turn.
I think you just play the 1/2 here. Like I think that's like you take 1 damage, but they can attack with 3 creatures you want to block, and you prefer to keep the Bowman Courier to block the Firewalker. Yeah, I think you should play the 1/2 here, which I guess would be 2/2 probably. Yeah.
I don't like playing the 1/2 because I like keeping it back in case they attack with everything, and you can just have this haste threat backwards.
So you probably take 5 in the air here. Yeah, you take 5 in the air here. And assuming they don't.
Are you using this Angel to attack Wolfgang's face, or are you using it to kill this tip?
It depends on what I have in hand. If I'm Saff, if I have a removal of Bowman.
I did not set the information, did I? Gonna fix that.
Oh, going for the kill here on the Angel. Interesting.
This seems so wrong. How are you planning on winning? Like, they just kill your Tybalt, and then your burn spells can't get there. Okay,
Oh,
this was lethal
it
anyway.
really doesn't matter. You're dead.
I don't like that last play by Wolfgang anyways, though. I think your only way of surviving is to...
I'm with you there. You need to find burn. Also, can I just point out that this is 46 seconds left on the clock for Brahms?
This was game 2.
Wow, that is
So they
tough.
now get to go to a game 3.
Yeah, they will be starting a new match, I presume. I don't think
Yeah.
Brahms
They
is pretty...
will, and they in fact have
46
already
seconds.
done so.
That is that's definitely a speedrun challenge if I've ever seen one. Yep,
Seen it done.
we get a last game up here.
It's not the most impressive. It wouldn't be the most impressive feat I have seen. The most impressive feat I have seen is LSV once won a game while his opponent was mind-slavering him.
How?
That is pretty impressive.
So basically, the opponent they were playing, I believe, limited.
For Wolfgang, by the way, just gonna quickly throw that out there. Jesus Christ!
This hand's really
Kind of
good.
had to get there.
Yeah, that is a hand. I think you probably go turn 1 Pyro and then move from there.
No,
Just
I don't. I want to set up a turn 2.
Turn 1, I am playing both of my 1-drops.
Either both of the 1-drops or the yeah, I think both of the 1-drops is what I'm on as well here.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it feels like you want Young Pyromancer. Like, but Young Pyromancer is gonna be.
Pyromancer is incredible in this matchup.
Wolfgang is just garbage at this game because he uses no
No.
to cast his 1-drop.
Swamp Womp.
No, Wolfgang. No.
Basically,
This
Yeah,
is
sorry.
essentially why I would have considered playing the Archer here. Hope to draw Burn Spell. I'm gonna draw Mountain here. That's reasonable. You probably just play 1 of the 2 drops and
If you had
you drew a land, so you do have a shot at still being efficient by
if
casting.
you had done this correctly, though, you get to play Young Pyro here and then play Light Up the Stage post combat.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But
yeah, then you could go swing on the Ice Hide, make them trade, and if they don't,
yeah, that they probably trade the Ice Hide for the.
Yeah. In this game, I think you're gonna have to go full.
this kills the Ice Hide, by the way.
Oh, this
Yeah.
kills them.
Well, Keels is.
I don't think we care about the Mox Ruby at this point. They've done their thing.
I think
Yeah.
Keels is a strong term. I think it removes it momentarily, but I mean, I don't know that this Leon Hex, the Leonin Relic Warrior, will stay on the battlefield for the entire game.
Agreed. No, you're definitely correct. You get rid of the eyesight here. Let's see here.
So
Yeah,
for
you
the
have to-
record, the way that the Mindslaver game ended up working out was that so they were playing limited. He got Mindslavered. Then the opponent just looked at their hand. There wasn't much they could do. I think they were empty-handed even. So they just stopped them out and then passed the turn. And then LSB was like, "No, you can't do that. Juggernaut has to attack each combat if able." And they didn't leave a blocker, so the Juggernaut got in and killed them.
Yeah, these are 2 really, really good draws. A removal spell that gets you back your 2-drop, nice, and then a Copter, which can be really difficult for Brahms to deal with.
Yeah.
As they don't have a lot of flyers to block it.
Yeah.
And
Even blocks Core Fire Blocker.
plus, it's just a way to get rid of any random mountains you have in hand, and use those 1/1 elementals for something better than just jumping or going wide.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
this-
also, if you play some random garbage, you can use the elemental that is freshly made to create it, even if it's someone in sick. It's just all around awesome.
Smuggler's Cutter is a surprisingly good card in this format. And I know that sounds weird because it was such a good.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if it's that surprising. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Smuggler's Copter is banned.
It was banned.
It is
So-
currently banned.
What format? Pioneer?
Pioneer.
Oh, good point.
Spirit of the Labyrinth makes Copter significantly worse.
It does do that, except it can still block and do its thing.
True.
Well, you still have to loot when it
And it
blocks.
enables madness. Yes, let's go.
Oh.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess
That's good.
I'm just playing the Firebrand Archer, so I
No,
can
you're
cast
playing
the
the
Smuggler's Copter.
Firebrand still. That's still correct.
Yeah.
Smuggler's Copter does trigger everything.
You got a ping
Yeah.
off of it, yeah. But it doesn't trigger the Young Pyro. That's
No.
on the instance and sorceries, but it triggers the Firebrand.
So we definitely get in with the 2/2 and the 2/3 here. I think I'm perfectly fine
Yeah.
trading with the Spirit here.
I can't really get in with the one
Everything else
because
does.
they just get chump. They chump attack. They get eaten alive. The dog eats them.
The Young Pyro can trade, but I really do not want to trade my Young Pyro. I think just the Golem and probably also the
Yeah.
Soul Scar is what I'm fine
Yeah,
with trading.
I mean, for getting those in.
Soul Scar is
Like any trade here is fine for you. Like
Soul Scar is
the
just
Golem and the 2/2 probably is what's the trade that's gonna happen, and then the 2/3 for either of these other creatures is fine.
yeah. At some point, this Young Pyromancer will have us going so wide that we can just kind of say.
Yeah, and just stop caring about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder, is this art isn't the right art for the elementals made by Young Pyro either. What is the
No.
art?
I have.
It doesn't have trample right now though, which is something
Yeah, no,
Is it
because
different. At least that's correct.
that was the. I'm gonna
What
look it up.
elemental tokens?
So I think you start off with the you start off with just the vampire.
Yeah,
right?
why do you take 1 point of damage? You numbskull.
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang,
Has your
let's-
season off of
it's not-
Mono Red forgotten how to play this deck? Come on.
come on, my friend.
Did
Don't
you play it and then you even crew
this-
Copter
this
because it doesn't do
try
anything?
to play around mana type here? Like, don't tell me you're playing around mana type.
Wait, why are you not? Are you just not playing this card now?
Oh, so that is that elemental art is the 4/4 blue and red elemental
Oh,
made by
so-
Indestrix saving cards.
I understand. Wolfgang is assuming that he gets to draw and then discard.
Yeah, no, they're gonna get punished here.
This is a lot more unfortunate for you, Wolfgang.
You're gonna get to discard.
Yeah,
That part, yeah.
That part's true. You get a
Yeah.
discard.
you will get in for 3 as well, which I'm not.
Yeah,
complaining
also
about.
not bad.
But
Not the card that has matters that you might be playing in your deck.
yeah, you could have had a Falcon Wrath. Though.
Vampire Wolfgang. These are not the vampires you're looking for.
You don't even have the Falcon Wrath, like Aristocrat or whatever it's called. That just
So what are we seeing here? Just a crack of the clue?
Yep, you can't do that on your turn if you're prompt, so makes sense.
I was just more curious to see if they were going to flash something.
Wait, Wolfgang didn't discard.
Nope, it's a me.
Oh,
Oh, it's not a must. Okay, never mind. Then it's fine. Then everything is fine.
I'm still not sure why you wouldn't play the Strong Noble first to not take a damage.
yeah, that's weird.
Like, I do like the fact that Brahms realizes that they can save a damage here.
Maybe they just are hoping to draw Faith Student and get rid of this card. I don't know.
It's not looking good for Brahms here. I'm not sure what they have in hand. It's not bad,
Take one.
but it's
I'm pretty sure they're just dead on an all-out attack here.
I think you're right.
This guy has Manatse.
What?
Smuggler Copter is 3 damage that can't be blocked.
I believe that
Um,
something at the very least.
Brahms didn't recast his dog, so
Oh, that's a
But-
burn spell as well. That's already 3 points. You're dead.
yeah, I'm just Just play your spells and say, Brahms, you have 2 mana.
Cryptic card to swing and pew pew. Yeah, dead.
Yeah, the Wild Slash represents 3. Yeah.
These are the kind of games you win with mono red. It's when you just get ahead and they have a tough time really catching
Yeah,
up.
it's like whenever you play against Blue-Red Tempo, and Blue-Red Tempo never can do anything against
Oh yeah,
Mono-Red.
but the thing is, against D&T, you have to draw well to do so.
Yeah, with Blue-Red Tempo, you just have to draw anything in your window.
Yeah, you just have to draw. You don't have to draw well.
Like, it doesn't matter what your cards are, they will win the game.
Is this hand capable of casting spells? Yes. Okay, I think I'm good.
Creature as a mono red player that like blue red temple will play that I'm sitting like, oh, that card might actually be scary. It's like Thing in the Ice. That card might actually fuck me over sometimes.
Look,
Yep.
I can win a game if I'm on the play with Blue-Red Tempo. There's no way I'm winning a match, though.
Free here. I'm not sure which one. They choose that one, I see.
I think I've won like one match against Mono-Red.
On board. You can't block the free damage. You block. You're dead. You're dead on board.
I am glad that the Strixhaven tokens immediately got put into the elemental art rotation for MTGO. Like, they didn't waste any time. It's already there.
Like, look, we have this glitch. We're going to just make sure that we're going to showcase our new. Is it a glitch or is it a feature where they just showcase their new tokens to get you to buy?
I think it's a glitch because it was doing it with it does it with random arts. Like every time that
I know.
It only
But
does
it's
it with
always the
elementals.
same
It
art.
doesn't do it with
It's always
any
the same
other
art.
type of cards. Like even for other cards where there's like, spirit tokens, for example, where there's like a number of them. I think it works where like it shows you the correct thing.
Yeah, the missile's the only one I remember being.
Yeah, but my point is it a glitch or is it a feature that they're just not telling you about to showcase their new tokens to get you to buy?
I'm pretty sure it's a glitch.
That is the worst way of trying to sell some packs ever because it's not working.
Yeah, it would be unnecessarily convoluted. I do not know that I give Wizards enough credit.
If anything, it's gonna stop me from buying packs because I can't get the tokens I want.
I will say that was a very long round 1, so we should get started on round 2, especially since this is going to be.
Yeah, this is already going to be longer than usual, so let's just go for it.
Also, joining us in the booth for next round will be Baylight. Baylight will be joining us with Gosmet in the booth. So,
yep. I was going to say I was taking out, but you're right. I forgot you were the one taking out. My bad.
If you want to take out, you can.
No, man, I'm saying this is mine. Mine.
Hey there.
Hello. Any particular matches you're looking forward to seeing here, my friend?
I don't know what matches are available right now.
Let's see here. I think we might have the pairings up.
Oh, wait a second.
We do. Oh, is there a technical problem here?
Yeah, Wolfgang and Brahms got paired again.
No. Yeah. They sure did.
Well, I'm gonna fix the band.
Do. Do.
So, okay, who were the other 2 matches actually?
So it's Saff, Necro, and Unusual Evios.
No, in round 1.
UnusualThunder and Saff played, and Evios and Necro.
Yeah.
Right.
Just doing every round manually from now on. Oh god.
I'm hoping I do not have to, but I mean, it's fine because only the order changes, right? Like they will still have to play everybody, so
yeah, like it's pretty deterministic if you.
I mean, you can get into a weird spot where you, based on the way you manually pair people, the last round you have like 2 people who.
Yes, that is accurate.
Need to play the same player, right? Like 2 people haven't played Necro.
Yeah, I'll need to map it out. It's unfortunate that this happens.
There's an algorithm that allows you to always have that correctly.
I thought so. I think that Brahms arriving late kind of fucked the algorithm.
Yeah, I think
the problem.
Wolfgang wasn't paired against Brahms in round 1. Wolfgang was paired against the Bai in round 1.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the software's doing this.
Yeah. Either way, we should have up.
Mhm.
The pairings should be work for this round now. I'll be trying to.
So, since I'm taking a break off of commentary, I'll look at trying to fix the pairings.
See if you worst case scenario, just map it out. We are gonna be watching Wolfgang versus Evios because it's the only match where we both have cameras. So
No, we have the Brahms UnusualThunder as well.
no,
Brahms
Brahms
does
cannot
not.
show camera. Cannot show
Really?
hands.
That's something we're gonna just have to survive with today. Not having cameras for 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, but we can start. There's only going to be at least one match where there is cameras for both, and we're going to start with that one.
We have already seen Wolfgang on their trusty mono red. Believe was it season 7 champion, correct? Or was it season 7 or 6 that Wolfgang was the winner of? Feel free to correct me.
What do you say?
Is it season 7 or 6 that Wolfgang was the champion of?
I believe 6. I believe season 7 was Baylight.
Other way around.
Yeah, Wolfgang won last season.
Yeah. So definitely a deck they're really comfortable with. Played it for almost all seasons, with the exception of some of this one. And starting out with a really solid hand there. Do we know what a fellow player Evius is on?
Evios is on Monsters.
Cruel Monsters?
Yeah.
Also what they've been on for a lot of the season. Definitely I'm not sure about you, Baylight, but I'm nervous if I'm Wolfgang. This is not a matchup I like.
No, there's definitely a lot of cheap creatures and first strike for Brahms.
Yeah.
As we saw a bit of in the previous round. Although this hand isn't bad.
No, it's actually really good solid curve. Strong Kirk Noble is probably one of the best models to have, like on the very first turn. You want it to be there early. That's an interesting hand there. That's a really interesting hand from Evius. Because that's a hand that really needs to draw some green or red mana. Oh, it does nothing. Is it to 6? I was gonna say 5 for a second.
It was 6.
Okay. Starting off with the Rob of the Rich is pretty good.
Hitting a seasoned Pyromancer. Possible if you hit a mountain more, but currently not that much.
Okay, if Evios can hit another land.
Or just kill off the 2-drop here.
It's a good question.
I think personally, considering I don't know that my opponent has a awkward hand, I lean towards enabling my own plan.
Yeah.
Then after having a threat on the board, I want to start getting reactive afterwards.
I think the fact that your opponent played a Scavenging Grounds as their first land
definitely
does tell you quite a lot about their hand.
Yeah, now we're just gonna probably start seeing creature after creature after creature come down here, try and put as much pressure on the board.
Yeah. Although unfortunately we can't.
Probably just the green. Do you get your Rabble Master going here, or do you want to get some Paradise Druid down here?
I don't like Paradise Druid. It's
yeah,
too
I'm
slow.
with you. And Brahms, Evius seems to agree. Makes sense. You get your 4/4 down here, which is really big in this matchup. Tough to deal with. We did actually see Flame Slash from Wolfgang here. Literally Druid. A really interesting card in this matchup, as that's not something you usually see in a mono red list, as it does not go face, in fact.
No, it does kill a Corsair.
It does, in fact, kill a lot of things, including this Leyline Tyrant.
Yes, and
it's really big.
Probably without any extra mana to spare.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good way to be really efficient. So I'm thinking we probably see the strong card come down here. Yep, makes sense. You can't really. You could leave the Lavadot open if you really wanted to. Not sure that's worth it though. Yeah, and we can see the ley line and probably also the ladder wilds just come down here. I guess there's an argument for keeping the Paradise Druid safe, and it seems like that is the one that we'll be taking. There's also a way to get more red mana for your ley line Tyrant. In case they kill it, you get to ping. Which they do. They do happen to have the one card that they can pretty much kill the ley line Tyrant with, I imagine. I don't think we're gonna have Wolfgang on too many deal fours. Maybe like Fire Blast. Outside of that, that's probably it.
Yeah, I don't think many mono red decks are playing things like the Delve one. I can't remember.
Yeah, or Lash Out. No, not Lash Out. Lava Coil.
Yes, Lava Coil.
Yeah, or
As a-
Mizu Mortars is another one.
Immortals too. Yeah, I think that's a card that's definitely fallen out of favor because a lot of the decks that want the 2 don't get to 6 mana.
Yeah, but I think it's still better than Lava Coil. But
I don't actually. I think I like the fact that Lava Coil exiles quite a lot.
I mean, I don't play either. To be perfectly frank with you, but
No, I'm with you. I'm not playing either in mono red. We have Stomp Boy here. Stomp, stomp, stomp. So yeah, we're probably gonna see the free to get killed here, slap down a free drop here as well. Likely the Bunker Shot is a noticeably better blocker. Really good at punishing burn spells at it as well.
True.
We do have Evius at 9 though. That's not nothing, especially with Firebolt in Graveyard, Lavada in hand, and a couple flyers actually as well available for Wolfgang hand as well. Does need a bit of, well, there it is, Mountains. Interesting, deploying the Skull Clamp here. Presume equipping here and then wanting to trade?
Well, that's certainly one way to convert your Lava Runner into a bit more either damage or cards.
Absolutely. Like, this is, with how Evius' hand has been, well, coming together here, it does seem like you have the time to just get in, and you can even get in for free damage here.
If EBS is not blocking there, I assume that means they want to start attacking.
Yeah. Agreed. By the way, we need to change the top right corner. It's not Brahms on Death and Taxes, it's Evius on Gruul, Stompy, or Monsters.
yeah, sorry, I got taken.
So we have what? We can
Okay.
deal 4 damage next turn. Play the Phoenix, equip the Skull Clamp, and deal 1 with the Lava down in Graveyard. So that's not enough by and of itself.
Not quite. It's very close though.
But it does deal enough damage that you can force a trade with the Rebel Master or the Fin Tornels if you want to. Or you can just draw like an absolute boss and find an Arc Trail.
That's a mighty fine Arc Trail.
Absolutely. I'm just getting in for free here.
Yeah, that. I was thinking that Wolfgang was going to have to look to stop attacking and have the Lava Runner on blocking duty.
Yeah, maybe in with like the
But
Phoenix.
if the Rabble Master's gone, then that's far less a concern.
Yeah, you have 1 damage in the yard, you have a Phoenix and the Copter in hand. And plus, if they
Yeah.
kill you free 1, well, if you get to draw 2, you might just stop taking a bolt. This is definitely a top position for Evius, because there's not a lot of cards taking top deck that wins now. Their own Copter, not one of them. But it is a way to block one of these flyers.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
curious
then-
to see, will we get in with anything here in Evius' seat? And I think the answer has to be yes of some sort.
Yeah. I think they should get in with something.
I don't think you know they have that. You know they can kill 1v1 drops, and you need 1 to crew the Copter for sure. Or block with one of those 2, whatever's better in that case. Choosing to not do either. Does the no? It doesn't. You're 1 mana off from Firebolt, Lava Dart for lethal, guaranteed. Do you just swing here, try and draw some damage, or land or something? Because just about
Yeah.
anything is lethal here. Anything
Yeah,
creature. Seems so.
and Evios doesn't yet have so strong a board that you're definitely going to die on the crackback.
No. Agreed. The Hexbringer can grow quite big. And that's just a burn spell.
Seal of Fire.
That's gonna be lethal. Seal of Fire, crack Seal of Fire, cast Lava Dart from the graveyard with its flashback, and that's gonna be lethal. Eos is gonna scoop the game 1.
Okay, so with Evios having taken the game 1, what kind of hand are they looking to draw in game 2? It's a
Well, I
tricky
probably
matchup
have,
for
like,
them
a
to
one-
race.
of some sort. Preferably a mana dork, because my 1/1s, like my aggressive creatures aren't really gonna have the best trades. I wanna try and hit one of my 3 or 4 drops as quickly as possible. Usually.
Mm.
Now I'm trying to guess what Eos has in hand here, because the camera's being really bad. Oh,
Yeah, it is not great.
that was viewable there at least. Oh, that's an
Yeah.
awkward hand with 2 tap lands.
Yeah.
It is a turn 3 Flame Tongue Cabo if we draw an untapped hand at the very least. I guess. But definitely an awkward hand here. One's gonna get punished really badly by Galvanic Blast on birds here.
Was this a mulligan from Evios?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
It was.
I would honestly have gone to 5. I wouldn't have kept that. I think it's simply too slow.
There is a non-zero chance the mulligan was ready to 5. I will check. I don't think it was. But...
No, they kept 2 lands. They kept birds. They kept Domri, Copter, and Flame Tongue. So that's 6 cards.
Yeah, it was a 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was multi 6.
Gallop Blast, play the Lavamancer here, get in for 1, get a counter. Pretty straightforward line of plays here.
Yeah, and with this Pyromancer to follow up, it seems that Wolfgang isn't that likely to run out of gas to.
No, yeah, and even helps them going wide, which is really awkward for Evios. Like this Flame Tongue Cabo will happily kill like a big boy, but that's about it. And you can't even cast it. You have to just cast a cup to you.
It seems that Evios agrees.
Yeah, and that's just gonna stop. Just gonna scoop it up here. No, they're too far behind to really come back here. That's gonna be game 2 to Wolfgang as well. So that's gonna be a 2-0 for Wolfgang. Let's see, what do we else have? We have the Necropotence and Saff game, and we have UnusualThunder and Brahms. I suggest we haven't seen Necron Camp, so I suggest that's the last person we will check out for this round.
Sounds good to me.
Do we know what Necro's on?
Can anybody truly know what Neko is on? What Neko is on? The answer is yes. I'll check in a second.
I'm gonna go kinda. That's my final answer. That's why I'm just going all in. I'm saying Turbo Fog.
I think Necro wants to win and is
Goblins.
therefore playing Time Vault.
I think. Time. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Time Vault. Yeah. Did you say Time Vault or Walk?
Vault.
Vault. Did they play that last week?
With green? Time Vault?
Oh. Well, this is before taking a look at any games. Probably
Yeah, I haven't seen the game either, so.
Wait, are
let's
we
see.
not in the... Oh, wow.
Nope.
Never mind.
Okay, it looks like Necro's on the Simic midrange. Or Simic something.
Yeah, it was that weird Simic mid-range ram shell
Yeah,
that
that's the
had
one.
time walks in there. I never really figured out like quite what it was trying to attempt to do.
They seem to be a bit behind on board.
Yeah, I fear that this is a matchup that Necro's gonna not fare too well in.
Yeah, blue-green is not known for its extensive range of removal.
Yeah, and you're not going fast enough to punish them either in any way like a Storm Combo deck or something would.
No. And most
They
most
can
of your
just
big
go-
threats.
They go that bit bigger, or at least that bit wider, more so in the
Mm.
game of elves. Like this is turn 3, 6 mana.
Yeah.
The score is 1-1.
It is 1/1.
Yeah.
I'll play a Elvish Visionary here, try and generate some mana. Could actually have played that one first, generate even additional mana. I find that Saff has missed that now a couple times. It seems like that they can play a creature before having a cradle.
I found with Cradle, it often depends on if you want to spend a mana in multiple chunks.
Absolutely.
So
But I mean, I agree. If they're going to like cast, say another European and pass. Ooh, that's an interesting new card from Kaldheim. Using the Mass Vandal here as a sort of like Reclamation Sage. I believe Reclamation Sage is human, correct?
No, it's an elf.
No, Reclamation Sage is an elf.
Never mind. Then I'm pretty sure I would actually rather be on the Rec Sage. In specifically
I
this
mean,
thing.
Rexage does cost 3 against
It-
2.
I think the 1 mana is too big a deal here, and I honestly want the additional power more than the 2 toughness. I think. I'm not sure if that's just me. And the fact that it doesn't rely on the fact that I have a creature in my yard. Because if I'm up against a like deck that doesn't really kill my creatures, that's actually one of the places I usually really want a Rec Sage, I find.
Spellseeker is a decent way to get ahead.
Absolutely. Not playing white, at least I presume they're not playing white, means that we're probably not going to see the Ephemerate line here.
Well, they just found they found the Spellseeker via Eldamri's call, so I think she
Never
is playing
mind.
white.
This shows how good I am at following along. That means it's probably going to be, that's going to be a scoop. That's probably the second time Taff has seen the Spellseeker line here.
I'd imagine so.
That's going to be game. So we have one last game. Is it still going, or have they given a result?
That's Brahms and
Yeah.
Thunder. They appear to still be going.
So yeah, that is a 2-1 for Necro and a 2-0 for Wolfgang in their respective matches. These was with the last game here.
Oh, it was a 2-1.
Yeah, but was it actually apparently?
Yeah, that was it. They were already 1-1.
I will say the additional Spellseeker combo does actually sway my opinion of how the matchup turns out. Like, if it was just like blue-green, ramp, good stuff, as we have seen Necron before, definitely would not have been a matchup I would have liked for her. That's just something that's going to fall behind and not really do enough before a Crater Hoof or anything. But with a Spellseeker combo, that really allows you to just kind of race the game.
Yeah, moving to these matchups we're watching right now, I have to say I do have to give the advantage to Brahms.
You're Crusader against Absent. Yeah, I know. Who knew?
Yes, it is.
I'm not
yeah,
great card
in general, I think UnusualThunder is favored. Here, she's on I need to draw like Path, or I am mega dead.
I mean, really, D&T is one of those decks that can be teched really well to beat aggro combo. I think it's also got some pretty reasonable control matchups. But what really it can struggle with, I find, is mid range.
Yeah, I mean, that's true all of basically all aggro decks. Like D&T has more modularity, in which like it definitely has more game against a number of different. It has more capability of like actually metagaming, but like in general, aggro versus mid range is kind of hopeless for most aggro decks.
On this list, I'd rather be on the mono red than I'd be on D&T personally. Because mono red just has that thing where you can just get people at times just by being that bit faster. That's really hard with D&T. Which means that gives your opponent time to grind out some cards and to use those effective creatures and planeswalkers and such. To just get that one up on you all the way through the game usually. That said, Defentax is definitely able to grind out the game as well. Skull Clamp, really good at doing that. If you're playing the Eldrazi package, you also have the one that blinks. Palace Jail if you can head on board.
Was that a blind Revoker name?
It was a blind Revoker, yeah. Unless it's revealed the hand. And Offensa, Wasteland, Source to Plowshares. Yeah, I think that was actually just a blind, unless it was revealed off something in UnusualThunder's graveyard. Quite exciting.
Match is going to reveal a Planeswalker in your own hand.
Nope, you really don't.
If that's a blind name, that was fantastic.
Absolutely. Definitely one of the cards that is the most scary. So it's a reasonable choice, absolutely. But it's definitely not a given. So, Bela, you played a good bit of Absent, I would say is a pretty fair statement.
I agree.
Get Township in hand here, and I'm curious about what you think about that kind of card in a sort of mid-range strategy.
I think that one in particular depends how creature heavy you are. The what I'd call my standard version is pretty evenly split between creatures and non-creatures. It's a bit heavier on black non-creatures than it's not, for instance, based in green white with a bit of black, which would be more heavy on creatures. And I can definitely see that occupying a flex slot in the land base. I think you do have room for a couple of colorless lands, and what you want them to be will vary from person to person.
Reasonable. So we see Knight here. Pretty good pickup here. Is a good way to just like stall out the board. And you can get a lot of like you mentioned, like a lot of utility options.
Oh, definitely. And it's good for fetching creature lands.
Yeah, exactly.
So talking about colorless lands, they've got a township, but it's not a patch on Nantuko Monastery.
God, that card has become one of the great memes of our dream.
Oh, I love it. And the fact
Outside
that
the 15-minute round Baylight match.
Caracas will probably be quite effective against Thalia here.
Caracas is really good here, just for getting rid of the.
I'm not sure I agree with that port.
Yeah, now you just force them to use the thing that they were probably going to do either way.
Yeah. It doesn't really tie up their mana at all.
They, like, maybe end their turn with it.
Well, there's the township, which they can activate if they want, but I think they probably want to do other things.
Sack a land here and tap the Knight just to get the Battle Skull down here.
Yeah, I think Bad Skull's an excellent thing to get down here.
He doesn't get hit by the Containment Priest due to the fact that it is a token.
Yep. Nothing enters the battlefield as a creature. So, look, I can imagine that's what we're going to see. I think if I were Thunder, around here is when I'd pick up Guy's Cradle with the Knight.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Not a opponent that's likely to kill most of your creatures, so it's not like you're too afraid of losing it.
Yeah.
Also allows you to it allows you to give him mana up, but then realize that's completely irrelevant. There's nothing to give him mana up.
That's true. But you can always scare your opponent.
Your opponent might be afraid of something. Always an option. And of course, don't attack here. I think you'd be happy to trade with the Revoker here, but I don't think you're so happy with them just activating their Frostwalk Bastion and eating your Containment Priest.
Yes, probably best to avoid that.
So what are you looking for in Brahms' position? You lost one of your pretty key creatures in Mirren Crusader.
I think if you can't deal with this Battle Skull now, you're going to be in trouble.
Great.
So
Probably-
maybe a Relic Warder would be a good hit.
We saw the Leona last game. That would be a really good option as well.
But if they're going through combat, I'm imagining they don't have it. Although they spent a few turns not casting spells with 6 mana and 2 or 3 cards in hand.
What the 3 in hand is? That's Thalia. Do we know what the rest is? I don't think we
That's
have.
true.
Brahms can show hands to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Brahms. This is getting out of hand pretty quickly.
Yeah. How many times enabling a bunch of things here? Oh, is this lethal?
Not quite.
No, it's not.
14,
Well, I think it's not worth doing. Like, it's definitely worth swinging. If it's worth pushing, that depends if they're double blocking somewhere. I think. But yeah, you definitely get in here. I think you're so far ahead. Might as well put on the pressure.
Yes, definitely. I think unless Brahms can find Winds of Abandon pretty sharpish, it's going to be over for them.
Not getting in with Containment Priest, it seems like.
Hmm.
Not sure what you're afraid of here. I guess a flash creature could do something.
Maybe?
Like you have the push to kill the Revoker if need be, which means you also have the denial next turn if you need be.
Hmm.
What are we casting here? We're just activating the.
Activating the Bastion, and then that dies.
Okay, so this really worries me. Oh, why we? What? Okay, all of this blocking is just confusing me. This ordering, like, why are we using? So yeah, that makes sense. We want to tap because we apparently need double white for something. Ah, yes, unexpectedly absent. That's why we took two.
Okay, that's a way to deal with
Yeah.
Bastel for now.
Notably,
I can
the
agree with
germ
Brahms's.
picked up a counter, so the germ's still around. Which is not usually how that card works.
Okay, kind of funny.
You go, little germ.
Go,
It's over.
go.
The germ
Yeah,
did in fact go.
It looked like Brahms wanted to block, presumably, the Knight of the Reliquary and prevent it from unblocking. So unblocking, untapping, which
Yeah.
would buy them a bit of time. But yeah, they just didn't have enough going on for them there. Although, if that, I just want to bring this up again. If that Revoker name was blind, that was superb.
So I believe that's actually our last game for the round. That gives us for round 2 we have Necro 2-1, UnusualThunder 2-0, and Wolfgang 2-0. So do we have any 2-0s currently? We have Wolfgang and UnusualThunder, both 2-0, taking the lead, strong off this anything. Words. Brr. I think we shall do. I think we take it to round 3 here, and then we do our usual announcements. So,
Sure.
what do you say we get round 3 going?
Yeah, pairings were posted.
It seems that quick round 2 made up a bit for the long round 1.
Santi, if you want to take the booth again, I'll just jump out for one round.
Sure, I can take it if you want to take a break.
All right, so we have Saff versus UnusualThunder. Is the
Did they play already?
Wait, why are you doing that, Marco?
I thought I was following your instructions, but maybe I am wrong.
Round 3 is Saff versus Brahms.
Oh, what? What? They did not do...
I wrote all 5 rounds.
I know. So you said Saff versus Brahms. What's the other two?
Wolfgang versus Necro. Evios versus Thunder.
To be fair, I thought that that's what I had inputted, and then I didn't.
The good old manually doing round robin pairings with 6 people.
Yeah, it is not ideal, but we got there.
The fun part was making sure, because you have 2 rounds that are already started. So you're like, okay, I have to pair up these 2 rounds so the other ones work. But so we have
so the
pairings,
round where we have watched both hands is Evios versus UnusualThunder. So I guess that's
Evios is
be.
2-0, so that is interesting enough.
And so is UnusualThunder, I believe. So
I think Thunder's 1-1, right? No, Thunder's 2-0. Oh, Evios is 1-1. Sorry, Wolfgang's 2. I thought Wolfgang and Evios were both. 2.5. But so this matchup is going to be Abzan plus Oko, and versus Mono Red. So I don't know if Gosman asked you this, Wolf, Bailey, but have you considered splashing blue for Oko in your Abzan list?
I've considered it. I don't really like the idea for a couple of reasons. One is that it can make fetching awkward. Whilst the mana is pretty strong these days, if I'm early in a game, I'll fetch for what's according to the cards in my hand, and then if I draw a card that's in a fourth color, I'm in a bit of trouble. And partly is if I don't do it, that means there's less Oko in the world, and I think I want to keep it that way.
Just doing your part to making the world a better place by playing less Oko.
We've all got to do what we can.
It just seems like every deck. I asked because you're someone who's playing Abzan a lot. I haven't seen you play Oko, splashing blue to play Oko in your Abzan. I said like everyone else is like, oh, we just splash blue playing Oko. Like both of these decks are, you have Gruul splashing blue for Oko, and then you have Abzan splashing blue for Oko, and it just seems like everyone's splashing blue for Oko these days. And you were someone I hadn't seen it, so I wanted to get your thoughts.
None of my decks has the capability of splashing blue for Oko.
Because you're already blue, I understand.
Yeah, because with that blue decks, you would have some to splash green for Oko. That is the...
Or you just play blue-green in one of your decks. And
yes,
then just
that's
play
true.
Oko.
The deck plays Oko.
Someone from someone from my paper playgroup built Esper Control, and it's slowly been getting more and more green. All right, so we've got Gruul versus Abzan with a splash here. How are we looking in the early game?
Right now, it seems like UnusualThunder has a Scavenging Ooze, which just got stomped, which is pretty good. I'm not exactly sure why we didn't see. Oh, we can't cast you have no white mana. That makes sense. Of why things were not cast last turn.
I joined slightly late, so I don't know if Thunder mulliganed this game.
I don't believe Thunder mulliganed. I want to say Evios mulliganed. We can get Red Mage to confirm that with us. Hex Drinker's a fun draw. I love Hex Drinker as a card. But we're going to see Oko here. Luckily, though, Thunder has an answer to Oko, which doesn't happen often.
Not often
they
enough,
are
no.
both on molds to 6.
Okay.
That makes sense then. I think from looking at the cards that Thunder had access to, it was if it had been a 7, then it wouldn't have been a keep. But as a 6, you've got a few lands, a couple of spells you can cast. That's generally good enough.
Another bad draw from Thunder, just being another white card that you can't cast here. This Wasteland is also just disgusting from Evios because it means you can no longer cast black spells either.
That is not what you want to see. You've already gotten. I bet that Thunder felt that they'd gotten away with something with killing Oko, but with that Wasteland, they're gonna have to pull out something pretty special to stay alive here. Do we know if what Thunder is playing in the Wave Sweepers?
I can check.
Because I think unless we go,
yeah, I did DM you the deck list, so you can take a look there. But also, I can just check.
I will do that immediately.
There are no sweepers in the deck.
We see Thunder pack it up after drawing a black spell.
Yes.
which is reasonable. You're not casting any of your spells. You're behind on board. Your opponent's going to have a protection from instant Hex Drinker.
Yeah. I don't think they really had any outs there. There's no Toxic Deluge, there's no Damnation, there's no Wrath of God, which meant that any means of getting out there would have been maybe not even existent.
We see a Morgan from Thunder. We see Nighthawk Scavenger, which is a fun card. We also see Mothra.
Cool
We
one.
see the Edge of Mothra.
Oh yes.
We see
The
a
edge of
Tactics.
Mothra sounds like some sort of
Musical
This
theatre
hand
soundtrack
also
album?
is super awkward from Thunder with no white mana again.
Again, yeah.
Also,
Uh,
Dire Tactics, I will say, is an interesting card. Do you have an opinion on Dire Tactics, Spearlight, being an Abzan?
I don't think it's strong enough to overcome its downside.
it
I
doesn't
feel
have
like-
any downside if you have a human.
Yes, but as we can see, not every hand is stuffed full of humans. I think it's
Maybe you
great
should
for
just try harder to have humans.
So you should play white black death and taxes, is what you're saying.
Possibly, yes. Actually, that might be what I was saying. It turns out.
Oh,
Well, I
and
don't
with
know. I don't even know if
Leopold
White
as
Black
well.
Death and Taxes plays that card because like the bar for a removal spell in Death and Taxes is higher. You have you just play fewer of them.
That's true.
I will say, though, when you have access to Abzan, you have very good removal spells with Abrupt Decay, especially at 2 mana, which is why I'm just surprised that a Dire Tactics makes the cut. We'll probably see, honestly, what's that new card, Fracture, from Strixhaven? That's
Mm,
Yes.
destroys
sure I like
target
Fracture.
artifact, enchantment,
Or
I guess it doesn't hit
Planeswalkers.
creatures, it's only
Yeah.
Planeswalkers. The exiles.
I would definitely see Vanishing Verse. I think the exile target monocolored permanent. I'm definitely interested in playing that. Okay, so
Doesn't kill
another-
Oko though.
No, but Questing Beast does eventually.
Does it?
Well, it hits it
I don't
for
think the plan of killing
Okay.
Oko with creatures is usually a particularly successful one. Creatures have a way of becoming 3/3 elks.
Then you remove the blockers and attack with the elk. Simple. Speaking of Questing Beast,
Beep beep.
This questing beast is interesting. It means you get to attack with both your Mana Gorger and your questing beast, and your opponent has to decide which one's worse.
I
It's like
I
I
think
can kill one,
yeah.
or you're not attacking with Mana Gorger.
He just made the determination that George was too valuable to trade it.
That makes Thunder's decision a lot easier as well. I will say that much.
It does. It does.
By the way, Thunder's hand is gone.
Yeah, the hands.
Liliana gets to kill this this elf and then die to this Gorger. Or get back Nighthawk Scavenger. That's
That
also
works.
Yeah, that
do.
also
don't
sounds.
mind that.
Yeah, that sounds better to me.
That sounds like a way to deal with this Mana Gorger Hydra. So
So you asked me about splashing for Oko, and as we can see here, we've got a hand full of white cards, full of blue. Well, I say full of. There's one blue card. I think there are just more situations than I'd like where you get punished for it. And Anya's Ravager is not a card I ever want to have attack me.
Yeah. So the question becomes, how do you stop it from doing that? And the answer is you don't. It's like you have to trade with George here. Right? Like you don't have.
Okay, and as you can see, Thunder has run out of castable spells.
If Thunder
So-
draws a planes, that's it. Like her hand is gonna unload on the table.
I'm not sure it's fast enough.
The Nexus
Aren't you
Capital
just
gets to
so
gain
close
some
to being
life.
dead here? Aren't you just gonna die to getting dealt 6 by this fiery confluence next turn? Or even like you can even just deal like 1 to the Nighthawk Scavenger and 2 to face and then attack, and it does the same amount of.
Yeah, we're going to see the confluence get discarded.
Yeah. Although Evios has both Mana Confluence and City of Brass on, just dealing a lot of damage to you.
Do you trade with the Ravager here instead of George because that you absorb 3 damage instead of 1 by doing it that way?
No, because then your opponent, I guess, then you have to hope to draw into some removal spell for George.
Or like a White Source.
But like, how is a White Source going to stop this George from killing you?
Well, I guess Dire Tactics does have a downside after all.
It does.
Well,
Was that
we
was
see.
that, was that it?
Yeah,
think
that was
it.
round 2. Yep.
These. What do we want to watch? Brahms versus
Or
Saff
both.
or Wolfgang versus Necro? They're both ongoing.
Let's take a look at Wolfgang versus Necro.
What is Necro on this week? I haven't seen Necro play.
Time walks of some sort, it looks like.
Blue green.
No, they just started the
Instead of
game,
white.
so that's cool.
Okay, we've got a turn 1 Fanatical Firebrand. How do you feel about Fanatical Firebrand, Cosmit?
It's a good 1-drop.
Lovely.
It's nothing special. It's a 1-drop you'll be happy to play,
Okay.
and that's
This
about
is
it.
1-0,
Honestly,
right?
it's better than Mark Fanatic. Having
right.
haste is a really big deal.
That makes sense. We've seen Necro perform the coveted Once Upon a Time as the first spell play. And find a Wall of Omens. So I guess she wants to be finding... Well, I suppose without a hand, it's kind of hard to tell.
Necro appears to be up a game.
This is a pretty simple attack pass. Try and find some lands here. You have this is a hand that just says, I need light up the stage to ever win.
Do you cast Light Up the Stage this turn, though, or do you
Yes.
just go with a Goblin Guide and
Yes.
get in for 3?
The answer is yes. You cast the light of the stage. You kept his hand because light of the stage means that if you don't find a land, you have 2 more chances to find the next turn. You need to get going. Yeah, you lose 2 damage of casting the Goblin Guide, but you will lose more damage over the next couple turns for being behind on that land drop.
That makes sense, especially with the 3-drop in Sulfuric Vortex and the 4-drop in the Fire.
Exactly. And I hard disagree with Wolfgang there.
The thing about casting Light Up the Stage next turn is you do get an extra chance to find that land.
This
Because
is
if
not.
you don't do it,
This is not a time deck.
No, it's not. There's a Once Upon a Time. I'd be a little surprised if that. I mean, Feels Empath Once Upon a Time, I guess. They're just weird cards. But
I believe it's a flash deck, actually, according to...
Oh, is this the Reclamation deck? No, it doesn't have Reclamation. It's just Flash.
But I will be going mute again, doing something.
Enjoy.
No.
Hmm?
No freaking way.
isn't this just like Flash Hulk or something?
No, it's Cephalid Breakfast.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, Nomads and Core.
We
Yeah,
see
they're
no
both there.
lands. So casting the light up the stage this turn was better given what happened. If it's gonna be enough, I don't know. This is not looking good for Wolfgang.
No.
Although
it's not.
Wolfgang has a lot of burn in hand.
True, but
If
some
Wolfgang
of
rips
it's
like
really
2
quite
lands in a
expensive.
row,
Hmm.
that's probably close to being good enough.
Pillar of Flame is not a land. Just to state the obvious.
I wonder if there is some sort. This has to be a backup plan of some sort, right? Like I don't know. It feels to me like the Cephalid breakfast plan would have to be a backup plan. Like it doesn't feel right that it's just the main plan. So I wonder if this is something different.
I'm assuming Wolfgang's
Yeah.
gonna just build a wall of omens. That's the
Think-
reason why you make this attack. And don't just like lava dart the fierce empathic hit for 1.
Necro mentioned Hulk earlier, so
Oh, it's
seems
just
that-
Flash Hulk. Is Flash in this deck? Oh, Flash is in this deck. Okay, yeah. This is Flash Hulk. Okay, we got there.
I think I said that a little bit ago, but Marco always ignores me. It's fine.
No, it's just that like I did not see the Flash, and we weren't sure at the time, so I was trying to figure out if you were correct.
Interesting with the removal spell there.
I
Normally a
mean,
pillar
given the
holds up the
attack,
wall.
I think that's the only thing you can do. Like otherwise, if I don't do like, I'm either killing the wall of omens so my creatures will get in, or I'm gonna lava dart this fierce empath and get in. I think those were the only 2 lines of play that made sense from that turn.
That seems fair. I just wanted to make a joke about pillar, wall, construction.
fair.
And we do see a lava dart. Get force spiked. Oh, tragic.
You can always, sacrifice your mountain to cast this lava dart again.
Perfect. And then just draw Fire Blast and you're away.
I will say I actually dislike the use of that force spike though.
Oh yeah?
Your opponent's stuck on mana and you did this, you use this, this force spike is gonna be live for a really long time because they're stuck on mana. When they finally draw their next land, they're gonna play a 2-drop.
Yeah.
They have a 2-drop, they're gonna play it. It seems like using this on this instance is less important than using it later. And it doesn't seem right to me. I don't know Necro's hand, so maybe Necro just has everything else locked up. But
Yeah. I can see it if you plan to spend all your mana for the next few turns. And I can imagine Necro being the kind of player who is interested on styling on their opponents with a force spike at every possible opportunity. Still no second land for Wolfgang.
I think this Firebolt has to go face. It doesn't. I just think it's very unlikely that this Goblin guy's going to be dealing any more damage this game.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not a lot of damage.
If the Goblin guy gets it more, then it doesn't matter. Then it's correct for the Firebolt not to go face. But if you think that the Goblin guy's never going to get it again, I think that you need to send the Firebolt face.
I suppose it depends on how creature dense you imagine your opponent's deck to be. you don't need many creatures to win with Flash. Just a couple.
We don't see an attack here. Why not,
What?
Wolfgang? What? This just makes the Firebolt look even worse. Oh, was there Nimble Obstructionist that was known about? This Nimble Obstructionist.
It was revealed earlier, I think.
Okay, but like
But-
if you trade your 1-drop for the 3-drop, that like you're gonna have to trade the creature for the Nimble Obstructionist at some point.
I mean, Necro just cycled the Nimble Obstructionist, which I don't know if that was correct or not. But
Ooh. Thinks it's kinda brutal.
yeah, I mean, if Wolfgang is able to get the 3
Uh,
lands at any point this game, Wolfgang's in a decent spot. But like a land here is really good. Of course, you don't draw a land.
JP, you say help Nehru's not playing a meme deck, but Nehru's this season has shown up. Like, Nehru has brought the business. Like, she's played Goblins, she's played
Time Vault.
Time Vault, like, she's playing just Bug Midrange with, like, these are real decks. Like, she has not been. She
has also played Super Friends.
Yeah, she did do that.
But
also, it is worth mentioning that the Nomads and Core, like, can actually have, like, the fact that Nomads and Core allow you just, like, basically share damage across all your creatures the way that you want can kind of matter. Like,
oh, definitely.
Like, if your bolt can get spread out to deal, like, 1 damage to a creature and 2 damage to another, like, that's not very good for bolt. It does mean that the Nomads and
does
Core...
not seem good. You get what? So now you are able to get Spellseeker, which is able to get
Flash,
which presumably wins you the game.
We can only imagine.
Look, there was a time where I was like, oh, Brahms is playing a Dredge deck. He milled himself. He can win now. And then he couldn't. So, like, I assume sometimes, but, like, I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, she needs to find the hole too. It's not...
It's not a given yet.
Yeah, like, she might have the Hulk in hand, but...
Oh, she found Flash. Is now the time?
Yeah, so you can also... a line that sometimes this deck can take is to flash in Academy Reactor. But to find the pattern of rebirth that finds... But that is not what we're doing here.
No. I don't see an Academy Rector in Necro's
Yeah,
list.
I don't think it's tech that's present in every list. In fact, I think it's become kind of rare now.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that some iterations of the deck had it, but it doesn't matter. If you have the Hulk, you flash into Hulk.
Naturally.
Yeah.
So it is, rather than just being a backup plan, is the Cephalid Breakfast the kill, the Hulk kill that Necro's gone for
Well,
here?
the Cephalid Breakfast can only meet you. It can't meet your opponent. So you have to have some other way to... Like, you can Cephalid Breakfast... you can Protean Hulk into Cephalid Breakfast, at which point you can just put your pile into the graveyard. Oh, but yeah, what you can do is you can find Cephalid Breakfast and Oracle, and with the Oracle trigger on the stack, you fully mill yourself, and then that's how you win.
There's the Oracle. Okay.
Is Saff and Brahms still playing?
Oh, there's a lot of games that popped out of nowhere, but yeah. Saff and Brahms are in fact still playing.
Yep, there are some insects. There's an Allosaurus shepherd. And a soldier of the Pantheon has just been put under a chrome mox.
As you do.
Naturally.
What else is a soldier Pantheon doing? Being a soldier?
Not on turn 7.
Yeah, this Allosaurus Shepherd seems like it's making everything quite big.
It cannot make anything bigger than a 5/5. Or smaller than a 5/5. It can only make.
There's
things
also an Asverian hand.
that can make things bigger than a 5/5 if you feed it.
Also, Masked Vandal. That's an interesting choice for elves. I don't hate it.
Yeah, we were saying that
Fine.
Drag Sage is in fact an elf, so you might as well play that. But Masked Vandal is only 2 mana, like that matters.
It also doesn't it hit things from graveyards as well? Can't it hit something from graveyard?
No. It hits things in your graveyard.
Yeah. See? Just
Okay. So we see Brahms doing a lot of stuff with lands. Doing some tricks with Weathered Wayfarer to find a silent clearing. Yep, find a silent clearing to draw a card. It looks like they're digging for something.
probably a way to answer this Allosaurus, making everything a 5/5.
Allosaurus Shepherd is 6 to activate, isn't it?
Or make things into 6/6s instead of 5/5s.
No, I mean 6 mana to turn things into dinosaurs, right?
Alright. I think it's not to turn them into dinosaurs, they get on dinosaurs, I believe. That's the flavor there.
Oh, I see. Everyone mounts up.
Yeah, like he farms dinosaurs, like he's a shepherd of dinosaurs, and then if you pay him enough mana, everybody gets on dinosaurs and they die.
Nice. What a perfect little story. But they don't have the 6th mana just yet.
No, what you can do is you can sacrifice or you can discard this devoted druid to find an elvish archdruid. And you can play the elvish archdruid.
Man,
because that dude's just big.
I will say this much. This is not something that, like, you don't usually hear when people talk about, like, Victoria or whatever, right? Like, you don't usually hear them talk about the elf deck, the quote-unquote the elf deck. This elf deck looks very legit to me. Like, for an archetype that you don't hear that you don't hear about day in, day out, like, this elf deck looks real.
When I first saw this elf deck, I had doubts last week, right? I was like, I thought about elves at one point, and it didn't have enough pieces, a few years ago when I was getting into Highlander. And if this is just like a worse Cradlehoof deck, because in Cradlehoof you can either play white as your splash color, you can play, and you get stuff like Devoted Druid and the Seer Remedy combo.
The combo, yeah.
If you play red, you just get a lot of different cards. You get
like a Tarka.
You get things like Domri raids. Random Domris are actually fairly good. You get Zendigos. You get Keswick Wolfram. When you play blue, you get opposition. And like black was just considered the worst color because you really don't get that much. But if you change your focus from being a Cradlehoof deck to being an Elves deck that plays Cradlehoof rather than the other way around, then this Elf deck has actually looked to be on par with those kind of decks.
Yeah, then what you get is Shaman of the Pack, which is backbreaking.
Yes, that can definitely capitalize on a stalled board.
Yeah, like you get 2 Shaman of the Packs now. You get Shaman of the Pack and Scamfar Sage, I think is the name of the other card.
Skemfar Shadow Sage.
Yeah, Shadow Sage. This area.
Mhm.
Which can both dome your opponent for millions. And
Yeah.
You also just get getting to play stuff like Abrupt Decay, Maelstrom Pulse, the other one, Assassin's Trophy, like it's pretty solid. Like those cards are not bad. You play them.
Yeah, this deck has also. I have been a little curious on the top end, and if I were to look into this deck and see what changes I would make, I don't know this deck probably as well as Saff does. Saff has probably played it and seen it played a lot more than me. But there are some cards I would add. Like I think Hornet Queen's a card that would be very beneficial to this deck to have.
Yeah, I definitely remember
but-
last week where we were looking at the list, and a number of times we were like, "Oh, you can just GSC for Hornet Queen here, or Fierce Empath for Hornet Queen here, and that's how you get out of this situation." And then the Hornet Queen just wasn't there to bail you out.
But overall, this deck has really surprised me. I will say that much when I have seen it perform.
I want to. So before we move forward to the next thing, I want to remind everybody. We are the 10th point. What to do is Canadian Highlander events. Canadian Highlander is incredibly sweet. It's a format where you play a 100-card singleton, and instead of a band list, there's a points list, so you can only... Basically, your deck can be a little busted, but not too busted, because the points list keeps it under a certain threshold of bustedness. You can find out more about us at the 10thpoint.weebly.com. Exclamation point website will give you that. Normally we have tournaments every week, but we are about to go into a bit of a hiatus. What we're gonna do is there's not gonna be anything next week. The week after, we're gonna hold our season finals, where we will see the players that have performed the best in the last 11 week. In the last 12 weeks, including this one, and we are going to pit them against each other to see who will emerge, who will join the hallowed ranks of the season champions.
We'll feature people like Baylight, who won last year's tournament, or
Yeah.
two tournaments ago, and
Hooray!
ended in, I believe, second place or tied for second place in season rankings this tournament or this season, and also won our first qualifier, which is why he's not competing in this one.
So, and if after that we will take a bit of a hiatus, but we will come back with another season later this year. If you're wondering, hey, that sounds cool, I want to participate in this new season that you will have, well, the best thing that you can do in order to do that is join the Discord, and that we will keep you up to pace with all of news about the new upcoming season, if there's going to be some changes to the structure, if there's going to be some other modifications, when we're going to start, that sort of thing. So if you want to do that, that is what you should do. Another point is that we are brought to you every week by, among other things, you and your donations via the Twitch subscription models, which we are eternally grateful for. So it would mean the world to us if you'd subscribe to our channel, and worth mentioning, if you have a Twitch Prime sub, or as it's now called, Prime Gaming sub, you should definitely use it on somebody. If it's us, that's awesome. If it's not us, you should definitely give it to some other content creator who's gonna need that money more than Amazon will, but you can use it on us. We appreciate that. Thanks everybody for that. With that said, I'm gonna let Team talk now, because I'm gonna have to manually pair the next round for reasons.
So pairings for next round are actually pretty interesting. We have no player that's 3-0 after the first 3 rounds in this round robin. We have 4 players at 2 and 1, 1 player at 1 and 2 being Saff, and then Brahms at 0 and 3. So it is realistic for everyone but Brahms to win this tournament.
Or at least be in a position to win.
Yeah.
Notably,
They're-
interesting that Saff is 1 and 2, and do you want to go over what that means specifically for Wolfgang?
So, if you're just now joining us, Wolfgang ended in 8th place in this tournament, in the season rankings. Necro finished in 7th, but Baylite finished in 2nd. Since Baylite won the qualifier earlier in the year, that means that Necro automatically qualifies because we just take the next player. Since Wolfgang finished 8th, if Wolfgang qualifies or Wolfgang wins the qualifier, or anyone else who finished above him in rankings wins the qualifier, he qualifies for the tournament. These players do include Evios, Necropotence, and UnusualThunder, and Brahms. So if any of these 5 people, other than Saff, wins the tournament, then Wolfgang will make the season finals. If Saff comes in and wins the tournament, then however Saff will make the finals, and Wolfgang will be sad and not be able to defend his title from last year. I presume he'll be sad. I don't know, but
sadness not currently confirmed, but deemed likely.
But yeah, this is definitely putting Wolfgang's fate in Saff's hands.
I mean, is Wolfgang not doing great also?
Oh, Wolfgang
is 2 and 1.
Yeah.
We will have to see if Wolfgang can keep doing better here by beating Saff.
Wolfgang. So our feature match for next round will be Wolfgang versus Saff. Just so everyone is clear, they are playing each other.
Yeah. Also, because it's the only match where we can show hands, so it's gonna have to be that one. But
if Wolfgang wins this one, that means he's guaranteed as the last person top 8.
If Wolfgang wins, then Wolfgang will be guaranteed in there. And I mean, Saff at this point, since Saff lost her first 2 games, she does need help to tie for 3 and 2.
Exactly.
It is possible, but she will need help to get there. So it looks like we have this game going on. We see a fast start from Wolfgang with Ruby into a carry Zav.
Yeah, and a ton of removal.
I like Wolfgang in this matchup, TBH. It feels like none of your elves gonna stay around.
That's just even more
this hand is... We see an Earthshaker kind of here.
Actually, a really good draw. Not the best draw,
Which means we're now getting in for 5 each turn, which is just going to destroy the clock here.
Yeah, and you can easily keep killing creatures here with all like 4 removal spells at hand.
You don't have to worry about them playing some like X4.
To make it even worse, currently there are no castable cards except Crop Rotation in Saff's hand.
Is the elf next to Crop Rotation not castable? I don't know which elf that is off the top of my head.
That is what is that one called? It's the Lord that makes tokens.
War Master.
Something perfect.
Elvish War Master.
Imperious Perfect.
Oh, that guy. Sorry, yeah. So there is also War Master that also makes tokens, but that's... That guy was awesome in draft. You just stop it and make tokens.
JP, who asked what the Red Deck Wins versus Elves matchup looks like. Interesting thing is that Elves is a slightly better matchup for Monred than Hof is, because they tend to play more dorks and more small creatures that you can easily deal with than Hof. Hof will play more Questing Beasts and Fractals, generally speaking. And more Planeswalkers that can also be... Planeswalkers are less annoying, usually.
I mean, to be fair, neither of the cards that you mentioned is in my hoof list, but, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm playing Thragtusk or...
I'm not saying you specifically play those, but you will play cards like them.
To be fair, though, I do play Hermit, the Range Hermit, and it's like, that is a lot of idiots. Like, I'm gonna chump for a while.
Oh. Wow, that's actually not castable right now, but gee, that is.
Yeah, that's a bit painful, but you do get him for 5.
And I'm getting in for 5 once again. Once again, I would like to do you 5 damage.
I
In the
am,
next
once
turn.
again, asking you to take 5 damage.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about Bernie Sanders, am I right? I'm out of here. See ya. I'm quitting this. I'm not on the team anymore. I have a
Somebody add that to the quotes, please.
Or is this going to be the first day where we add multiple things to quotes? And
Quite.
multiple quotes get added in the same stream?
I mean,
So-
Red Dead Win players are definitely in the socialist area. Like, we're red. We want everyone to be at 0 life.
You do know red is the symbol for Republicans of America, or conservatism.
That's you say that's fucked up. By the way, you're the ones who messed up, not us. Just letting you know.
Why is that weird?
Because most any other country I know, red is usually the color that's representative of communism and socialism. Just saying.
We don't have a communism or socialism party, though.
I know. But the closest you have is your Liberal Party. Either way, this is getting perhaps a tad bit overly political.
Yeah, it's not very political. It's just talking about politics that not even politics, but just weird things that we don't need to talk about.
But it's
So we'll
still
get back to Magic. This the hand from Saff here is terrible. This hand is
against Wolfgang Spanger.
a lot better, but not great.
Saff, I recommend drawing lands.
Yeah. I feel like your Arbroath is not going to survive.
But I don't know what it does. It's why would something, I'm pretty sure, but I have absolutely no clue. Oh, and turn 1 removal spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real punish.
I believe that's why would Hive Master. The thing that makes insects when non-token elves enter.
Even looks like it kind of luring in some insects on the hard. Oh, and a Mox as well. Just gonna slam a free drop here, probably. Slam a Pyromancer. Throw away, like, something. Just generate a bunch of tempo. No, gonna play Robber here, actually. Deciding they want to keep their cards around for more. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. Saff again. Just not. I think Saff ended up getting too greedy again to keep. I don't remember the first.
It was a 6. The hand was a 6.
I know, but I don't think you can keep a 1-lander that requires your darts to survive against mono red.
Are you winning on 5 against mono red?
You definitely can.
I don't know, like, because what hands are you keeping in 5 that don't lose to removal spell?
I guess Saff is on the plane this game, which does make it a bit more reasonable, as it's not unheard of that your opponent just goes 1 drop instead.
Like, so what you have to consider in this is if you mulligan to 5, what hand are you keeping where I don't die to a removal spell? And what's the likelihood of me drawing into that exact hand versus them having a removal spell?
Again, this is a question that's a lot easier to answer if we knew Saff's list well enough. But no, I'm with you. That is a fair argument.
Because a 2-lander that has like a 1 drop to 2-drop is probably just not going to be good enough because you're
Did
down to 5 cards.
Wolfgang get there?
Wolfgang got game 1, but he's
Okay.
still finishing off game 2. It seems like this is
Yeah,
not
no,
the-
I had to leave for a couple minutes, so I was wondering if
Yeah.
before game 1
Yeah.
ended, so I was just confirming that it went to Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Probably just gonna see a double 2-drop here match this time around. Unless we're gonna get real greedy and cast this Elvish. No, we're just doubling up here, putting all the pressure. Now we have even more free drops in hand, so we can just keep going here with both a Cutter and Seasoned Pyromancer, just making it so we have constant steam here. Like Wolfgang's not running out of cards, ever, realistically speaking. Sorry about that one. What else? Definitely not the worst card to get down here. It's a way to get some more lands into play. Could you gotten a Bayou there? And if so, would you gotten one? Pretty sure you can.
You can get a Bayou there.
Yeah, it does get hit by Wasteland, which would be really unfortunate. So that's probably why you end up getting a Forest instead.
Rampaging Ferocidon.
I think I would. Would it have been worth just honestly turning it into a warrior, getting in and shooting for free? Nah, probably not. Still turning it into a coward though. I should just be a coward.
So this Wood Elves gets to block this idiot.
If you turn it into a coward, it doesn't.
I don't
Wait,
care about
I'm waiting for
Coward.
Wolf to scare off a certain elf here. It doesn't seem right to just pump it.
You can just give your idiot trample though.
I don't think that's worth it. I just want to put him at 5. And I can't really play too many creatures because I have a Ferocidon in play. I have Bird in hand. And just a scary ball position. I don't think this what else going to do much.
Hmm.
I can't think of any line unless outside of Wolfgang just messing up here. I don't see a line for Saff with how that deck is built. Or at least how I presume the deck to be built from what I've seen. This is kind of looking like Wolfgang has already won. Sadly, not the most.
You could you can get the Smuggler's Copter off the battlefield with the artifact with the Masked Vandal.
And it also blocks then afterwards, so that's cool. You also hit deploying by playing the Paradise Druid, or even the... Huh, is that a Whitewood, what's his name? The Hive Master?
Yeah, I think so. That's probably the best card to get down alongside your.
So you can go Hive Master, Masked Vandal. That also spots you an idiot.
It does pop you for 1, which is sucky. That's it. I have a good feeling this Whitewood is more of a coward than we knew.
Our cat just came back. It had
Actually,
been,
someone
out and
lost.
about. And now every door in the house is open because we're trying to figure out where the cat would want to go to sleep.
Oh no, you just cast 2 burn spells. Never mind. But turning Mass Vandal into a coward, attack with your Ferocidon. That's
You don't need to turn Mass Vandal into a coward. It's already a coward.
True that. Yeah, this game is way over. Sadly.
That's
So
one of the
with
major
that-
types you don't want to have. But
Really?
it does have it.
It's one of those creature types that you just got to deal with.
So we still have Eagles Brahms going unless they have forgotten to report.
I've been getting so many Were you guys talking politics while I was gone? I just received.
No, not at all.
Cease the means of production.
It was less politics and more just information about like various things and how America is different from the rest of the world because we're America. And that was it.
Would it not be a coward if it weren't hiding behind a mask? Good question. Good questions. Asking real questions here. Mask makes us cowards. Confirmed.
So we have Brahms' hand information as well. Brahms' hand is plains.
Thank God he has a skull clamp. That said, this is a pretty scary post save from Brahms here. An offensive and a prime mask, but with a +1/+1 counter. A Tomic. Pretty scary post save here. And I'm not sure this Huntmaster is gonna even get to attack to flip here because you're probably gonna have to play something.
My favorite part about Tomic is that as long as it's in play, your opponent can't cast Awakening of V2 Ghazi targeting one of their lands, which is how I won at least one game of War of the Spark Limited. It's kind of nice.
V2 Ghazi, no.
You know that
Wait, no, it isn't.
Awakening of Vitsugazi actually had to get a rule from Magic the Gathering. First card to change the name of a card.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
What?
Which means absolutely nothing, but it is funny.
Wait, what happened?
Awakening of Vitsugazi changes the name of the land that it targets.
Oh.
It's no other card does.
Some weird other way where you can animate a land and then change the creature name or something, but like directly, yeah, I suppose. Just gonna ambush a bitch. Get in here.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get Evis's hand. I'll see if I can.
So why are you making this attack?
Have you considered just yelling, "I have burn spell in hand" at the top of your lungs?
Ah, sure.
Hand, like, master. Except
I guess you get to draw 2 cards then.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad if I'm Brahms because I lost my Brimos, but like then again,
draw 2
I
cards.
drew 2 cards. So
this matchup has to be in Evis's favor, right?
And it was really good.
Probably. This is not the kind of deck that Death and Taxes really is trying to fight against. The creatures are just going to be bigger and better for the most part from Evios.
Like, it feels like one of the best cards that you can have to build Death and Taxes is like Lan over Elves.
Also, I'd argue cards like Glorybringer are just taxes.
Yeah, but those cards are relevant because you're casting them with Lan over Elves, I feel.
We have an Auriok champion. Hey, Baelite, why don't you play that Auriok champion?
Pay me and I will.
Bringing that assassin here. What are you doing, you bastard?
So this is still game
ranting
2.
against the Orator.
By the way,
One is worth it.
just putting it out there that this is game 2.
Yeah, Brahms up.
Brahms is up again?
Oh, Brahms down 1.
Brahms is down 1.
Yeah. Okay. You just had to switch the ones. And zeros. Me binary. So I'm curious, would you play the Ember Wild Captain here? It seems like Evios that'd be a way to punish some cards in hand here. And of course a way to generate some for themselves. Like currently you have to trade with the Lotus Cobra for the
That's fine.
Warrior, if you really want to get rid of, if they want to try and get Monarch. And Tomic, I guess you can block Tomic currently with your Phoenix, but if you
So
remove the Skull Clam, that means you have to jump block, which isn't the end of the world. You can bring
I
it back.
like trying to. I like playing the Monarch because your opponent already has a card advantage engine through the Skull Camp, and you don't. And so you need to make up this card advantage, and you do this by getting them. Otherwise, your opponent's going to just drown your card advantage.
I also think overall, your cards are going to be more impactful.
Oops.
So even if you go 1-for-1, I think overall, drawing a dragon is going to be better than drawing a Warrior champion. Atomic is one of those cards I look at like, is it just good enough that it's a 2/3 flyer for 2? Because I feel like that ability is just rarely comes
Well,
up.
that abilities means your opponent can't make Marit Lage. That's what that ability is. Also, you can't get Wastelanded, but that's whatever.
That one's actually more relevant.
You can't get Wastelanded. Your opponent can't cast Life in the Loam.
Yeah, the opponent can't cast Life from the Loam.
I mean, it's
but
definitely
I
a
feel
card that does have a bunch of like small things it does. But
Yeah,
those
like,
are
in Death
small,
and
like-
Taxes, it's a perfectly fine card because a
It's a perfectly
2-mana
fine card, I agree.
2/3 flyer is perfectly fine in and of itself, and
Yeah.
then these other abilities are just fine. Like, it also means your man lands can never get me through a
Do we know
removal
what
spell.
the Gideon targeted there? It was the Emperor Wild Captain, yeah? Yeah, that makes sense. That's one of the options I could definitely see. So it is the one that deals damage when your opponent attacks.
How many cards are in both players' hands?
1 and 4. You can see that on the left side, actually.
Yeah. I mean, Brahms has 3 cards now, and Evios's hand is known.
Brahms has 4 cards. Now 3 after
Well,
casting
now
spell.
3 because the Eidolon the Spirit got cast.
No, some of us are behind, okay?
Well, do better.
Get better, scrub. No one has blue text to cards, and MTGO like Tomic. No, that's fair.
I don't get that joke.
It is mostly it's like, yeah, he uses 9, but like
Oh, blue
Death and
text.
Taxes is not the deck that you're scared of just pushing in lethal suddenly out of nowhere. So
I had
Evios
read
are really good here.
no one adds blue cards like Tomic, and there was like, what are you talking about?
Blue text.
Yeah. Now I saw that.
So the question is really from Brahms' perspective, how do you kind of bold state? Because this is just gonna keep getting worse. Sure, you can draw a bunch of cards with Skull Clamp. And I guess the best option here is that you have Gideon that can really consistently swing in. That said, though,
You can't draw cards
you're
with
gonna
Skull
fall.
Clamp with Thing in play.
Sorry?
You cannot draw cards with Skull Clamp with
Oh
Spirit
god,
in
yeah, now
play.
you can't actually.
You can
you
if
can
you
get rid of
Skull
the
Clamp your Spirit of Black.
Well, like, you draw a card if it dies on the opponent's turn. And yes, if you kill your own Spirit of the Labyrinth, that's also a way to draw cards.
It does be that way.
So yeah, if you don't try with it here, there's a real chance that you do in fact end up eating it. A break could also just end up killing the Skull Clamp if that's the case. That means suddenly if your opponent tries to kill off their spirit, then suddenly you can kill off Skull Clamp, and then you're the only one sitting with the Calamity in play. And suddenly you're way ahead. Both on board and on Calamity engines. Which I think is actually a really good position to be in. Surprise, surprise. New.
Oh, yes. Wings of Advance.
That's probably like the best draw in the deck. Yep. So
Evius gets lands. He gets like 4 lands, right? No,
so
not
that's
bad.
8 damage in play. Do you just go face here for 8? I think you do.
I mean, we know that the upgrade is going to end up probably
Oh yeah,
targeting.
we know that the break is going to be the piece of
Fear
wire.
of Labyrinth. It is awkward though, by killing your opponent's Spirit of the Labyrinth here. You save 3 life, but then they get to draw a card.
But you're also enabling your own monarch if you were the monarch.
Evios just going to 1. Okay.
This is where I put my monarch emblem if I had one. By the way, Remain, if you can hear us, we can hear your background quite loud and clear.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I don't know why the door to my room got open, but
Now the
Air Mesa, nope, that is not going to help you. You have plenty lands, and you're rather than on board actually. This is just going to be
significantly that on board.
You take 5 back. Actually, you take 6 if they crypt the skull clamp, and you take some from the land. And
Why did Evios go to 5? I'm confused.
because they killed the Domri.
Makes sense.
Aha! Taste it. Take 5.
No, not a Phoenix. Is this still deeper for the Phoenix?
Once again, asking you to take 5 damage.
So you upgrade the spirit. Oh, we're getting in here? Oh, wow.
Kill the Gideon.
I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, the Gideon.
So we just dead on the. No, we're not. Oh, it depends on what we have in hand here.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I think you're dead.
Yep, now you're dead.
Right, game 3.
You have 2 free power, 1 power, and a 2 power. You can kill 1. Yeah, they're dead. So that's gonna be the third game here. Brahms finding the way back with wins. Winning the game with that one.
Yeah, Winds of Abandon was pretty clutch.
It's been really key for a lot of these games for Brahms.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you get to play a Wrath without having to put like an actual Wrath in your deck, and it's asymmetrical too, is pretty awesome.
Importantly, also a Wrath that only hits the bonus side.
Yeah,
like
it's asymmetrical, that's what I was saying.
You wouldn't really care to have a Wrath, more or less, doesn't if it hits your side. Sure, yeah, sometimes you will be in a position where that's a sacrifice you're willing to make.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I don't know. Oh wait, that's a Glorybringer, isn't it?
What is a Glorybringer?
The card to the right. I thought it was an Abrade. It's a Glorybringer. It is an Abrade? I would have not let this Mother of Runes on top.
Well, considering the use just gave us a F, I think they realized it as well that they may have made a little bit of a mistake here on that curving.
I think they just accidentally played their own.
No, they just wanted the wrong. They just played the wrong line. Unfortunate.
Ah, the joys of playing on a digital client.
Oh. Punish them. Wasteland them.
Oh.
Not only did you play the wrong land, but now I'm wastelanding.
Which honestly, not too bad. Weirdly enough.
On the plus side, the mom can't give protection from Smuggler's Copter.
Yeah, so now we probably see either a Abrade or a, if there's something that you really need to kill in the case they attack from mob runes somehow. But more likely you see probably a Robber into a Lavamancer, swing in for 2 and 3 in the air.
Are you really swinging with this Robber that's just gonna die?
Never mind, we're not playing Robber. There's a better creature to play now.
Like if
I
you
know,
play
I'm
Robert, your
Robert,
Robert just
but that
dies.
means, yeah, it just gets blocked by a mutable that has pro red. And not worth it in my experience.
I am down for this Cradle Maker. Because this Cradle Maker is a way to either kill Mom or to
Yeah.
kill Mutavault if it activates.
Also, another way to deal with a equipment and some such that could be troubling. Say, sort of Fire Knives or a Jade or something. If a Brahms is on those.
Or Ugin, because Cradle Maker, Goblin with a bomb beats
Naturally.
Ugin.
Good old kill Emrakul with a Goblin. Who would win? One Eldritch abomination that destroys and corrupts worlds for fun, or one Boomy Boy? Apparently neither of them, they both die.
It's like a David versus Goliath.
Exactly.
Except in this case, David is a suicide bomber.
Exactly. Suicide David. According to Wolfgang, Soulfire Ice is in fact in Brahms' deck. So unless they've cheated, it seems like a reasonable assumption.
So
Now suddenly we can actually
can-
get in with this.
Now we can get in with Robert, because now if they decide to give their...
Actually, I wouldn't have minded just seeing the lava messages try and kill the Mother Runes there and see what happened. If they try and protect it, we can abrade it and you can get rid of it for good.
Now the mom just blocks and protects itself.
Dude, we had a 1-drop. Remorseful Cleric. Not currently castable, as we do have a tap land in hand, sadly. Oh, never mind. We found an answer land. So I imagine we're gonna see either. Would you play the Cleric here just to put pressure on, or abrade to get rid of this Mother Runes?
Probably a braid to get rid of Mother Runes, because you're gonna attack with this Robert next turn and cast
Yeah, but that's two. That's damage each turn. But I guess Mother Runes kind of also represents that in some degree. We're going with Remorseful Cleric here, it seems. Choosing the more evasive damage here. For a deck that's not, for a color combination that's not exactly known for having a lot of evasion. Yeah, we have 2 flyers. 1 moment.
Yeah. To be fair, neither of those cards are within his color combination. One of them's white, and one of
Well,
them's
technically, colorless is within your color combination. But no, yeah. And Robin's Ridge has reach, so that's a thing too. All these classic red reach cards, like...
Well, generally,
Reach is
cards
just
do get reach.
Leaky
They're
Dead.
just on a 4-mana 4/4 giant.
Yeah, like
That's
so,
the one that has reach.
to be clear, red is secondary in reach. Red gets creatures with reach. It's just weird to see a 2/2 with haste that happens to have reach.
Yeah.
That's not...
Especially like recently, we've seen a lot of reach cards. Like I'm
Yeah.
just checking on Scryfall and just trying to make sure there aren't too many cards.
Yeah.
That
I remember
don't
that.
actually
I remember the first time that they printed Skyraker Giant in M14, I want to say, which was like a 2 red for a 4/3 with reach, and that was it, right? And everybody was like, oh, and now it's just a thing that I do occasionally. It doesn't get it too often, but it's an ability it can
Which
get
one did you
because
say? Needlepack Spider, or which one?
what?
Which one? Did you mention?
Skyraker Giant was the first. Was when they started giving red reach again.
Oh, when they started doing it again. Oh yeah, no, that's about right.
No, the set they did it in, I think it was M14, maybe M15.
Skyraker is from Origins.
Skyraker is from Origins. Yeah. Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow.
the year later.
you want to activate that Mother Runes to take 2 damage, my good
Yeah,
sir?
it's not great. It's really not
Mm.
great. Feels bad.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, it cannot
a,
feel.
this is disaster for Brahms. Like, remember how I
Like
said
Brahms,
last game
I'm
was a
not an
tough one?
expert here, but have you thought about drawing lands?
Seems not. Choosing the Gorilla's a copter here. Oh, sorry, the Grim Lavamancer.
Choosing to concede here.
Oh, yeah, that too. Also a viable option. And with that, we have our final pairings results for round 4 in, and that leaves us with round 5. Let's get those pairings up and going. At 3 and 1 currently, we have Evios, Cloud, a Cloud Gang? Cloud Gang.
I like Cloud Gang.
Cloud
That,
and UnusualThunder. Cloud Gang, Cloud Gang.
I say we keep it.
So we will have the possibility of 2 players. We need
Being
to do
4 and
pair.
1, yeah. Possibly even 3 if they have all played against each other.
I don't think they've all played against each other.
I believe Evios Wolfgang have played, if I remember correctly, and Wolfgang
Thunder and Wolfgang are playing in the last round. So one
Thunder
of them
Wolfgang
will
playing.
be. They have not. The last round is Saff versus Evios, Thunder versus Wolfgang, and Necro versus Brahms. Which makes sense because this is the only match where one team doesn't have one match has 0 hand cams.
It is the first time that we have seen that both of the no hand cams played in the same game.
Yeah.
Which means we have our pick of the leader between Wolfgang versus UnusualThunder or Evios versus Saff, but it sounds like we should watch it WolfgangCloud versus UnusualThunder.
Yep.
So, getting that came up and going.
Wait, that was quick.
This
Well, check Discord, like Highlander Discord.
I shall check the Discord.
I do agree that was quick.
For our viewers that have no idea what's going on, WolfgangCloud changes his name in Cloud Gang. Cloud Gang Wolf, I believe. Which, nice.
I'm changing my name too.
Just Cloud Gang.
No, Cosmid at Cloud Gang. Where is nickname? How do I nickname? I can't remember.
Wolfgang claims to have no idea whether this is a keep or not, which, I mean, I hadn't sympathized.
I don't either. I can't see the hand.
Well, you can now.
There's like 3 lands, a Mox, a Smuggler's Copter, and
if there's a creature in hand, I'm keeping it.
There is no creature in hand.
Two renewals.
Yeah, I'm probably mulliganing in this matchup.
He agreed.
I wanna keep it, but it feels wrong because it is wrong.
This hand, though,
that's
I
a
will-
leading cause of things feeling wrong.
This is a keep though, and I'm putting I'm probably putting the Vishana on the bottom. I could see Incinerate on the bottom as well.
Over the burn spell, the one next to Monastery Swiftstream.
Incinerate is also reasonable, and I think Skewer is also reasonable to bottom.
I like Skewer because it's
better.
cast.
To bottom. It's surprisingly awkward to cast Skewer when you're on 1 mana. In some
You have a
matchups like
Seal
this one.
Fire.
Choosing the Vishana, Shino. Cloud. Okay. Yeah. Solid turn 1 Strong Kirk.
Guess what Noble is? A human. And it can't be blocked by, you guessed it, Noble.
Yeah.
There's too many nobles to make statements like that. Team, they're both nobles. It's very hard to keep track of which noble can block which noble.
Respect for each other.
Also, to be clear, noble hierarchy.
Wow, that's actually really good curve art draw right there.
Noble
slam
Hierarch
the,
is not an
checkmate.
actual noble because now noble is also a creature type, I believe. But I think Stormkirk Noble has been at Rita to be a noble. Yeah, Vampire Noble. It wasn't when it came out, though.
No, it wasn't. It was just straight up vampire.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the noble did
Fun
not
fact,
have a chance to block the
heirs
noble.
of
It was
Stormkirk, not
instead
a
killed
noble.
by Seal Fire.
Apparently. Who knew?
Voice of Resurgence. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good card here.
It's gonna
Yeah.
It
die.
blocks and then it blocks again.
Yeah, so it's gonna get incinerated, and then you're gonna swing face here, I presume.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. No, it's still gonna
No,
be.
you have to incinerate because it just blocks everything. Plus, once you incinerate this, they're kind of
Kind of
forced
1/1,
into
and they
chomping or
kinda
giving you
wanna
a
chomp with it.
3/3.
So Skoo's next turn is gonna be a big deal. But if we find a land or a burn spell of 3+ damage, that's a way to deal with it. So do we chomp here is the question. I'm curious. See what Thunder
They did not.
No, I think that's perfectly fine, because getting that to a higher stat line is probably gonna be a bigger deal than just saving a couple damage.
You
And,
have
like,
to say that this situation is probably the situation where Wayward Guide Beast is like the best it can possibly be.
Yeah, like this is like top. Well, kinda. It's also at its worst because it's against Absen.
Well, okay, well,
But no, I get your point. This is definitely
Well-
where if I'm drawing Guide Beast, I want to draw no more lands most likely. Despite being a 1-drop, it usually is not a 1-drop. It's a weird card.
Doesn't
But,
Mothra work so that if it's a token, it's back?
technically yes, but it doesn't end up going back.
No, isn't it? Don't you create a token?
Nope.
no,
How's
you just get
Mothra
back
work?
the same. So, if a creature doesn't have flying, it comes back with a flying counter. That it will.
Oh, okay.
The way it
Yeah, but
differentiates
since
is
it's a
is
token,
whether
won't
it has
come
flying.
back for that reason. Oh, that'd be really cool, like a re-summon for tokens. I like to see that design.
So, you want to know something fun about our friend Mothra over here? If you have Mothra and your opponent has a Boring Class, it goes infinite.
So I heard you like mana.
Right, because it doesn't get countered.
Am I willing to throw away my Stormkirk Noble here for 4 damage? I think the answer is just yes.
Yes.
Yeah, as it turns out.
Lissai.
It is really funny.
I
makes
can have Fiery Confluence, please.
Vornclex makes a lot of your opponent cards go infinite. Like if your opponent just has an undying creature, like Kitchen Finks, it goes infinite.
Oh.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
funny.
you also need the sock out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
but-
see. What are we gonna see? We're gonna see a 4-drop. We're gonna see Gideon here. I don't think there's gonna be Containment Priest here. Choosing Gideon here, I like that. I could even see an emblem here. That's
Yeah, you
pretty
Gideon
cool.
emblem here so that they have to deal you an extra 3 damage.
And then suddenly
Or
just
you
plopping
don't.
Gideon after that each turn is just gonna be brutal.
This
Shoot
questing
the
piece
gods
was
instead.
just brutal though.
And
to be
then
perfectly honest.
probably alt later on, I imagine. Yep, and just get in here for.
I gave
So-
it a once over, and
That's
there are 15 red creatures that have reach and are not also green.
and are 14 of them giants?
No. The types are as follow: wall, dinosaur. Actually, never mind. There's 14. This one's a false positive. Cyclops, Minotaur, Archer, Spirit. No, sorry, Spider. Because there's a time spiral spider. There's a 4/2 for 4 with reach. Because time spiral.
So I think you have to kill Gideon here.
Goblin, Spirit, Dwarf. That's a cool one. human archer rogue, that's Robber of the Reach, giant, another wall. So most of them are walls, actually. And then
Wait,
ogre
is
warrior.
Cyclops just a different type than Giant? I assumed that Cyclopses were just
Cyclops is
giants.
a different type than giant, yeah. You remember that there was a card called Eye Gouge that gave a creature -1/-1, but it was a giant, it was a Cyclops, it killed it.
Yeah. That's true.
So the most represented type against among red creatures with reach is actually wall with 3. And then there's warrior, I think. No, I mean then there's 2 that are archers, I guess is the next one over.
Both Muffra and Nightmare Shepherd, that's greedy. That's real greedy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like them in the deck.
I don't like night. I also I really dislike that Nightmare Shepherd. Like I think Nightmare Shepherd is just like the fact that it dies to Masked Vandal or whatever is just like that's too much. Like
Yeah, being enchantment is just like if it is. Well, the thing is, if you want to play these cards, especially Shepherd, you want to have some sort of either easy B things going on, which I don't see in Unusual Thunder's list, or you want to have some sort of aristocrats sacrifice theme, which neither are present. Now, for Audix, would have been fine, perhaps earlier, but now you're dead on board.
oh, do you want to know what the other type that has 2 red creatures with reach are on top of Archer?
Rogue.
Spirit.
Archer 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh no, never mind. I misread it. I hate getting Spider and Spirit.
There's 2 spirits though. There's the Strixhaven one, and then there's also the.
No, Strixhaven one's the only one.
Yeah, I think it's the only one.
There are 2 humans.
There are 2 humans.
There are always at least 2 humans.
Yeah, I think that like there's 2 walls, there's 2 archers, and everything else is one off. I think.
There's 3 humans.
3?
No. Oh, there's Robber of the Rich and Weaver of Lightning. That's the only 2.
Yeah.
So there's 2 humans actually.
And then of course 2 archers, yeah.
Yeah, and 2 archers. And everything else is one. One
flipping
Minotaur,
dinosaurs,
one dwarf, one ogre, one wolf. Oh, actually, the wolf is a false positive because it has breach in the name, so that doesn't count.
There's like 3 false positives from what I found.
Well, how many
There's
cards do you
Gyre
have?
Reach Bandit.
Yeah, there's 2 cards that have Gaia Reach in the name, and then there is also a card that has Treachery in the name, and then there is.
Goodbye, Mother Runes. I will not miss you.
Yeah, no, that's not the whole Mother of Runes thing. That seems bad.
Yeah, no. Whenever you get the chance to plow Mother of Runes, you just have to.
Look, how many equipments does Unusual Thunder play?
Is it enough?
At least 3.
Apparently, at least 3.
Oops.
I remember I used to play Stoneforge in my Jeskai mid-range deck, and then I realized I just didn't want to play like 3, and like didn't want to put 3 slots with the Stoneforge.
Yeah,
I played
you
Stoneforge
probably
and like 2 2 equipments, and I was
time.
just like, guess I'm cutting Stoneforge. Free up 3 thoughts.
I think if you have like the right meta, where you like, especially if you have like a lot of creature-based decks, you might like play like Fire and Ice, Jid, if you have the points for that. That's about it. You don't want to play Battleskull, I think, anymore. It's probably just too awkward in a lot of matchups, I find. The thing about Battleskull is that it really needs the game to go long. Or it needs specifically Stoneforge.
So I'm taking this off Fear Vortex here, right?
Probably. I think that's a perfectly reasonable choice here. You're not scared of the Earth Shaker.
When did that come up? Oh, sorry. Not. I'm just looking at the stream and I'm confused.
Why is it an elemental fairy?
I don't understand the question.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so I have an interesting question. You know how we've been doing this count of red cards with reach? Does Rappelslinger count? Because it is a green card, so I wasn't
No, it's green.
counting
I
it
would-
initially. But
I would
also,
not count it. It's a green card. It's green.
but you can cast it if you don't have green mana.
No, but you can cast it with only green mana.
Yeah, but you also can cast it with only red mana.
The card. People say that green cards are reasonable. This card is green. Therefore, it's reasonable to have reach. So we're talking about cards that are not green. This is not cards that are red. This is cards that are not green. And this is a card that is.
So this is a bit of an awkward situation for UnusualThunder. Never mind. No, wait, no, still awkward.
Rappelslinger would have added a second. Would have added a third human and a second warrior.
Yeah, what are they exiling? Vortex? Why would you? Oh, you want to draw a card?
Oh, right. You couldn't
Okay, why
cast
didn't you
Rear
exile
Hole
these
because your mana is terrible.
Yeah, mana is terrible. Confirmed. No, not Searing Blood. No, no. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I think you should just have, like, stomped them in the face there. And then slapped the giant this
Well,
time.
now you can cast Leovold.
True. Why did you not? Why did Wolfgang not stomp last turn and then slap a giant? Your opponent did literally nothing.
They may have wanted the prowess trigger in case something happens.
I don't think that's worth keeping a giant in hand for all goddamn eternity. Just a quick side note on the duality of Baylight. This calm man who plays this grindy control deck and who's like really smooth and sound and like voice. Also, he make memes.
You're very kind.
Lies.
Would you like to say anything specific about your creation, Daylight? Like to make any comments on it?
I think it speaks
Why
for itself.
does it have reach?
Because it's a red card, and red cards get reach. We were just talking about this. Come on, keep up.
We were just talking about it. That's just fair.
It is true.
Why doesn't it give reach though?
I do find it interesting that this flying card does have reach, but we're not going to talk about that.
It's a cloud. Of course it flies. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying why doesn't it give reach to creatures as well?
Because it's got a one red effect and one blue effect.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah. It gets blue because it gets flying because it's blue and reach because it's red. I don't understand what the problem is.
Oh, Cloud going down to a 5-card hand? Wow, I didn't expect the last hand to be mulliganed.
It's a
Didn't get to see
4
it.
hand? It's a 4-card hand?
No, I think it's only a 5.
No, it's C4 cards.
Oh shit! Why didn't you keep the last one? That was a 2-lander. With like a 2-drop. Like, yeah, you didn't have a 1, sure. But it is just go, the price of progress gadget.
So I don't think that Baylight figured this out, but the collective name for a fairies is a cloud of fairies. So it makes sense that Cloud Gang would be a fairy, you know, to think about it, right?
It's all coming together.
Yeah. It's my third favorite collective, anomalous collective name.
So what are the others?
Too long in the US.
Well, I mean, A Murder of Crows, because obviously.
That was just great. That's a
and
fact.
Also A Crush of Rhinos.
Mind twist, mind twist, mind twist, mind twist.
I should play Mind Twist again. It's too much fun.
I want to just see Wolfgang spiral into insanity. Hit both lands, come on, let's go.
So I have important news. There's no creature in Magic that just has the 2 abilities of flying and reach.
Yes, there
Yeah,
is. There's Cloud Gang. We put it up earlier. Do I need to put it up again?
There are no Panlander legal cards that have both abilities of flying and reach. There are some that can get those 2 abilities, like Soul Flare,
Easy.
right?
Or Crystalline Giant, I guess, right? Who
Crystalline
knows what
Giant
that
is
guy
one.
is?
Yes,
Odric
raging
Lunar
flying
Marshal
giant.
is another one, right?
Yeah.
Majestic Myriarch,
Myriarch, yeah.
like those kind of ones are, but none of them have just the 2 abilities of flying and reach.
You know what the worst part about this is? Wolfgang mulligan to 4. I might still fucking win.
There's a moth
Mono
on the
that's like
board.
that. Like, it's...
No, it's just price of progress. It's just price of progress.
To be fair,
That's
yeah, okay, that's fair.
So you just attack here, I
The
guess.
world isn't fair, people. The world isn't fair.
To be fair, though, Price of Progress is dealing 8 next turn, and
Good old hit your fight, baby.
Silent Clearing might just get cast at some point.
Beat.
Oh. You're gonna equip that. I see.
I'll probably just slam the, like, I don't know, a 4-drop here.
Well, pop. There's not gonna be any pop in, because the pop's gonna be in the graveyard.
So I now think Wolfgang has the
Yeah,
ability
you're right.
to
Oh, no. Oh.
this game.
I think that was just Wolfgang's chance of winning. No, yep. Wolfgang seeing the writing on the wall here. Wait, no, they could jump block. They could jump block with the rubber.
Oh yeah, they could.
They could jump block with the rubber.
They could see it.
Wolfgang, you missed the jump.
You had a chump block.
I'm aware that Red doesn't usually get reached, but you know.
I had a jump block, but he would have been able to attack next turn, and there's no way I was going to be able to do enough.
But you priced them this turn, right?
And you
Then
get
they
Don't care
get
about
dealt
next turn. They get priced.
6
Yeah, you price them,
damage.
get them for 2 vocabulary. That puts them at what?
To be
8
fair, I
damage.
had
So
not
that
done
puts
the
them
math.
at 6.
Very likely that price
puts
is
them at
not in
6.
fuck lethal.
The price is only 6 damage.
That puts them at 9.
They
That
were
puts
at
them
16, and the most. And
No,
they,
they were
They were at 14. They were at 14.
14? Oh yeah, they were 14. Yeah.
they
correct.
took it. Yeah, they took a damage from the
Then
leg.
they take 6, and then they take an additional 2 from your
But they're
attacking
also untapping.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not.
land.
Not if you
Chump
chump block.
Yeah, if you jump, they don't on top.
You actually have a reasonable chance of winning. Oh no.
I mean, you're at 6, and then you're top decking to the point where you have to top deck 2 removals in a row, or 2
Yeah,
light.
Like,
removals.
it's not
you find two
great. You're just not 0%.
But you could still have won because
Exactly.
Robert the Rich has.
Game wasn't over.
My thought process was not that I couldn't chump block; it's that it wouldn't matter. But like, I guess, yeah.
Oh,
Is
well,
that
that said, it looks like there's another game here that's about to be over. Do we know what the standings are? Let's just ask them.
I asked them. They haven't answered me. But...
Fair enough. It
I
does
do
look like this
feel-
is just devious. This game, it's gonna be difficult for Saff to find a way out of this one.
I will
Let's
say
just slam Hoof here and win.
that
Which, you know, usually an option. Is Hoof lethal here? If you tap the 7 plus like 12, 19.
I'm just saying that
actually,
apparently we've
1 or 2, like exactly a 1 over or something.
We've apparently added 3 quotes today. So
Yeah, I might add one more. Also, the one I added, I had to, but then I couldn't add it again, and it's really weird.
Yeah, I think that one of them was just deleted because it was like it was
Yeah,
a failed attempt to add in different quote.
I miswrote it.
but-
I tried to add it again, but it didn't get added.
you added the one I made, and then
Yeah, but
someone
no,
added the one about.
listen. I added it, I deleted it, and I tried to add it again, but it said it was already in there. But it isn't. I can try again and see what it says. Is there a list? Can we check the list of?
Yeah.
that one's
You can do dash help, and then that will send you to the list of all the commands, which
List
should
of
have
all
all.
commands, but not the list of all.
Yeah, you just swap commands in the URL for quotes and you get to the quotes. That's how I found it. It was like, I wonder if this works, and then yeah, sure did.
Fair enough. Well, we did find a way to gain some life here, it seems. So we're not dead on board.
Hmm.
But it ain't looking good. Cause this ravine's gonna get up in there. So you're gonna have to jump with a Dryad here. And there's likely gonna be a drawing card here with the Bonder's Enclave as well. An interesting choice for reviews. Like, it's definitely a greedy card. Greedy, grindy card. But it can get there sometimes when you just aren't drawing anything.
Do we know what the result of Evios's game? Or sorry, this is
We
Evios's
watch both
You
other
know-
matches.
you don't
This
know
one
this-
is 1-0 again. It's 1-0 in Saff's favor. I got confirmation.
Yeah. And Brahms went 2-0, and Thunder we saw go 2-1. Which means currently in the lead is Thunder.
Thunder is 4-1. If Evios pulls this out, he's also
Evios going
4-1,
4-1
and then
as
there will be a tie, and they will play it out. If not, Thunder will be
Although-
crowned.
Yeah. Let me check. Does it actually matter? I guess if Evios wins, that kind of puts him on par with.
I mean, we're gonna finish the tournament. We're not gonna just stop.
I agree with you. I'm just curious if it has an impact.
It's small impacts.
What is that leftmost card in hand?
That would be
Origins like.
that's a Nardwood Trapper, I think.
Trapper, that's the name? Oh. But yeah, no, I get it. It's the one that can tap for
It's
Is
the
it
black
with-
card that taps for a green and deals you 1 damage.
Deep Shadow, but it only adds green for elves. Also, I believe it
Yeah.
taps to give something Death Touch, elf Death Touch.
Yeah, Nardwood Trapper. Yeah, it gives Death Touch to elves, or you can pay 1 life to get a green mana, but it's only for elves.
And it's a 1/2. No, it's a 1/1.
It's still a 1.
Almost
Yeah.
got all of it. Almost. Dang it. I guess it didn't go for the green part as well, but
I appreciate the effort, regardless.
dang it, I thought it was a 1/2. I don't think this Mimba's that good in this situation. Oh yeah, that's a game. That brings us to the third and final game for this 5th and final round, possibly. We will have
Right,
to.
and Evios has seen my message and sure his hand. So we're gonna have everybody's hands. With hands.
Throw some hands, people.
Hands.
Hands.
Yes.
Hands. Hands. Hands.
Hands. Hands.
Hands. Hands.
Hands.
Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Hands. Everyone. And we just got the MC8. Let's see here. Sapp's hand Well, it's got a hoof. It had a hoof. Oh, finally, we have a Nettle Sentinel combo. Finally, after 9,000 years, I am free.
This forked bolt is gonna be
Hmm.
absolutely disgusting. No, it's not. Never mind. Nettle Sentinel's a 2. I know what cards are. Ignore me.
Sentinel for 2, and I'm curious, what do you play afterwards?
Actually, it may still be disgusting because you may play the Birchland Rangers and then Giant Arbor,
Shaman
which
here?
in that case,
Hmm.
forked bolt still disgusting.
Well, it kills a 2/2.
Not if you also Giant Arbor here.
True, not if you Dryad Arbor. But I think you just play the Fauna Shaman here.
They're playing Fauna Shaman. Okay, but like
Now,
you
still have another mana. You still can put a Dryad Arbor in play. Because the
Oh,
Virtual
God,
Ranger could tap the Nettled
but-
Sentinel and the Fauna Shaman to make a mana.
Yeah.
That said, I think I want to keep the Green Sun. That is like my
Yeah.
second payoff.
I don't think it's correct to do it. I'm just saying you could have done it.
We see the Fauna Shaman die here.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
that's
Virtual
fine.
Rangers, Virtual Rangers slash Heritage Druid effects are really messed up with Nettle Sentinel.
Yeah.
Nettle Sentinel
Maybe
does some
over-
stuff.
So you get to cast a Llanowar Tribe.
Oh, baby! It's Glimpse of Nature on Lex.
You also get to attack for 2 here.
Turns out legs not that good of a thing to have your Glimpse of Nature on, but you know.
Turns out Lex not good. Confirmed.
I've been saying that for years. What's that
Wheels
card
up
even
to
So we get
called?
to get what, a Hunt Master here? Or is this Domri better?
Humans are inferior beings.
What's that card called again? The guy did Glimpse of Nature on legs?
Beast Whisperer?
Yeah, that's the guy.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
Just gonna stab a solid old Hunt Master here. Just be in the way.
Oh, Tree Speaker?
Okay, are we gonna pop off here? Are we just gonna pop off like hardcore with Beast Whisperer here?
So
'Cause I
Tree
think that's the case.
Speaker, you cast it, untaps your Nettle Sentinel.
Whee!
Then
Yeah,
you have 1, 2, 3,
No, you got
4,
Beast Whisperer
5,
first, for sure.
6.
Basically, every card that you cast kind of makes half a mana. With Nettle Sentinel is the way that you can say it. So, like now you can tap
Every
your
creature
Beast
you cast
Whisperer.
just makes mana. With Nettle Sentinel.
Huh?
Yum,
Yeah,
yum.
it makes half a mana. That's what I said.
No, it makes a whole mana because you have Nettle Sentinel.
Well, if you cast a card that also can be tapped for Virtual Rangers, then yes. Like if it has Green Suns in it, right? Then it does.
Yeah, but if you cast something like Smuggler's Copter, it doesn't untap your Nettle
Add
Sentinel.
2 mana here, so that's probably not worth the Green Sun something for.
No, I think you hold on to the GSC for next turn. Next turn you get to GSC for something positively stupid.
Here.
Like, Cradlehoof, just saying.
Yeah. It
This
could
is
be
1, 2,
Hoof
3,
O'Clock.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Ah,
Two. Okay, let's see how that works. Does you have so
1,
2,
2,
5,
6.
6. I don't know that we're exactly in Hoof territory.
And then you have 3 attackers with 1 land.
What you can do, though, is you can just cast this Woodland Bellward to find you
Also-
Elvish Archdruid.
Can I just say
Yes.
a fully leveled Jiraga Tree Speaker and a Nettle Sentinel is also kind of stupid?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
There's a lot of things that are very stupid right now.
Good old Jiraga Tree Speaker Stone. Classic.
I
Yeah,
would
just-
really be very into using this Domri to fight something. Just saying.
No,
That's not what I would have
I'm
thought.
feeling something. The
yeah,
question
the
is just
Beast
what.
Whisperer went away. I mean, the Beast Whisperer was a problem, but I think at this point, the damage was done.
I think it is
Like-
a problem.
Yeah, I think you had worse problems on the board. But I guess you can just say my opponent has nothing in hand. But they haven't played a land, which means you got to know they have to have something.
Yeah,
in
like
hand.
you know that they're monogas, and the fact
They
that they
could be
haven't
like a couple
vomited those
Llanowar
cards.
elves, but they
The
probably
fact that they
have.
haven't vomited those cards onto the battlefield already means that they are expensive, powerful spells.
So we currently have 8 mana available, and we
I
effectively win.
wouldn't more. And then
Yeah,
find
I'm
some.
bellowing.
Oh yeah, below if you get health too, sure.
I think you just bellow for. You just probably bellow for, I don't know, for.
For what?
I dislike
Probably
not
for
having,
the,
like, I would
Realm
have
Order?
topped the Nettle Sentinel. You kind of wasted the Nettle Sentinel on top. Here.
Well, if you
So you
kill the mana
can
response.
bellow for
I
Elvish
honestly think this is worth
Archdruid.
just filling a mana for in response.
You can get
You're
Elvish
not attacking with
Archdruid.
ranges either way, and you're not blocking.
I don't know. Do you want to get some lord that gives all your elves like forced walk or something?
Oh yeah, Elvish Champion, that
Actually,
also
that's a
works.
pretty reasonable idea as well, yeah.
Well, I mean, Archer would have for
Guess
sure
that's
cast
actually a pretty good argument
GSZ
for not
for what's
tapping
his
here.
name next turn. Like, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
I guess that's the reason you might not want to tap it here, is specifically because you could go ahead and just slam a lord and just go like, haha, else go burr.
Thank you for 5.
Get it for
Yeah,
five.
but the thing is that I think that that's slower than finding Archdruid, and if your Archdruid doesn't die, you just put.
You
You
just
just
hope.
stop it for
Is this
millions
not
of
just
mana.
lethal next turn? Is this
And
not
then-
just lethal next turn though?
I think either way.
3,
You even have like
5, 9, 11. Yeah, it's exactly lethal. If the Lord survives, though, like
6.
Yeah. I mean, but your Elvish Archdruid also had to survive, right?
yeah, that's true. And that did put
And this-
more damage onto the
This
ball.
way you get to kill the Domri right this way.
It's all go time.
Yeah, Oko's gonna probably make this
Oh.
Elvish champion.
Into an elk.
Yeah, then they're gonna learn that they're fucked.
What's the card next to Oko? I can't tell.
That would be.
Magic Boy.
Oh wow, that was a sharp
That is the,
decrease in the quality
Trifecta.
of the cards.
Gruul Smasher, I think, something like that. What is it called again?
Rules
one we riot?
Spellbreaker.
Is it Gross
Spellbreaker.
Spellbreaker?
Spellbreaker, that's the one. Yep, it is. I can recognize the art, and I'm pretty sure that's one.
I don't know how you can recognize the art.
Yeah,
from
there's like 5
that image.
pixels in the entirety of the
Wow.
card.
Like I recognize Oko because it's a planeswalker that's 3 mana and there's a guy shirtless. That's I know
I'm
Angel
gonna
Ravenger
admit,
because
it's pretty difficult to recognize.
So we don't even see Oko here.
Oh,
So you're just dead, right?
no, you can just play the crack the Craterator.
Yeah, you can Crater
Oh, you-
make the Lord, I guess.
yes, baby.
We have a Heritage Druid though, which is all kinds of
we had the
shenanigans.
draws.
Heritage Druid can make approximately 1 billion mana, I believe.
You can play one, cast the other for free afterwards,
Yeah.
and then just go per and attack.
Is Heritage Druid sufficient to cast to GSZ for Hoof? I guess.
Actually, I'm trying to think here. Does it make sense to just cast Green Stones in it for enough to get you like a Lord to play around the Crater Maker if they don't like activate it?
Do they have like? I guess you can get Imperious
they don't
Perfect.
have-
Is the other Lord that you have?
Yeah, they're doing X equals to 4, which is
Yeah, they're
Imperious
going
Perfect.
for 4.
But
What do you get for
what?
4?
Imperious Perfect.
Imperious Perfect's 3 though.
No, there's another one that's 4 mana. It taps for 3 and then gives all your creatures plus.
Oh yeah, the one from
Yeah, I just don't think
Magic
that's the
21
best
or
option
whatever.
here.
Yeah.
You don't
No,
really
it's
have
from
much to use
Kaldheim,
mana
but-
anymore. Like Green Sun Zenith was the one you wanted to use your mana on. So getting the one that just gets +1/+1, yeah, all the +1/+1 effects you could get that I think would be better here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there is no difference, right? And you'd rather draw the 3 mana one, so you might as well just get the 4 mana one. Plus, you might just draw another, like, you might draw Green Sun Zenith again.
Also, just like having the extra mana can be relevant. You can level up your draw criteria speaker.
Yeah.
You can,
But yeah, I'm curious.
your incubation druid can just
Alternatively,
become.
if they have some sort of fight creature, they could also just get in and just win. Or a haste creature. That's just lethal. Yeah, you
Also,
just
the
swing.
Canopy
You just-
Tactician is beefier because it's a 3/3 base, which matters.
I know how we're just trying to get cute and just there. You know what? We can also just swing for lethal. Someone should tell Saff you just right click and click attack with all.
It wasn't a lethal attack though, because they didn't. They
No,
want to
this-
cast their
this is lethal.
Heritage Druid now. That's why they didn't keep the other thing.
Isn't it?
No, because they
had a
could block
no, it
now.
doesn't have trample. Why do I think it has trample all the time?
Well, then Belor does not have
You think
trample.
it should have trample.
I mean, to be fair, it is a giant green idiot, so like
I
trample is
will
pretty
just-
reasonable.
Evios missed the correct line here of turning his own elf into an elk.
True.
Just wanted to make sure
That's
that's
just
known.
factored.
But
That's just
we
factored.
see Saff pull out another win, beating Evios, meaning
We
we don't have another round.
Saving us time. Thank you, Saff.
Thank you, Saff. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Saff.
it.
And absolute congratulations to UnusualThunder, which who was our second qualifier champion.
Yep. And also, you should get lunch from Wolf.
With this, just to repeat again, we will have finals not next week, but probably the week after that, during most likely the 2nd of May. And the top 8, unless someone decides to abscond or just otherwise leave, will be Blagai, Baylight, Evius 31, Brahms 3, Luca 0483, Necropotence, UnusualThunder, and WolfgangCloud, aka Cloud Gang. I'm sticking with it.
Cloud gang, cloud gang, cloud gang, cloud gang.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is incredible. Baylight has found a list of all the cards in Magic that are basically a collective name, and there's some choice cards in here.
Row of elves.
Yeah. A Skitter of Lizards
Lord
is
of
very
Map.
good. I am a big fan of Skitter of Lizards.
Circle of Jerks is here.
I don't know that Circle of Elders is like, I don't know that counts. Like, I think I don't know that there is a collective name for elders.
Very
Like,
important scientific
I-
info.
I think my least favorite is the flow of maggots.
yeah, I was about to mention that, and then I realized that it was super gross, and I didn't.
For reference, this is what we're talking about. For those who are live. Oh god, that's the horror of a link.
Yeah, like the
Oh,
Skyfall
God.
search is
Maggot
just like all of
images.
the.
Wow.
That is a link and a half. That said, I
Also,
think we have
this
to think
creature
over.
is just so bad.
Do we actually have any games left, just to be completely sure?
Well, you know, it was like the. This card was printed in Ice Age. It was a while ago. 2/2 unblockable, 2/2 almost unblockable
So I just
for
want to
3
interrupt
mana.
for a second
Require
here,
cumulative
I
upkeep
think
to
we
be
should end the
reasonable.
stream here, people.
I mean, if it's in
Before we
Ice
go
Age,
too
then
far off topic.
What do you say?
I think this is about time where we do our end of tournament roundup.
Yes, yes.
And before we sign off for the evening, before we get too off topic again. So as always, we are the 10th point. We do these Canadian Highlander tournaments. If you're interested in what that is, Canlander or Canadian Highlander is a 100 card singleton format where instead of a ban list, we have a point list. You can find more info on the Canadian Highlander website, or watch a video that's also linked. Alternatively, the Discord, great place to find info or people to play with for the Canadian Highlander format. It is the best option if you're particularly outside of the US and Canada. And even in US and Canada, especially these days, is probably where you're going to be finding most of your matches. If you want to know more about us, we have our website. You can also find that linked either in the chat or in the comments. So if you want to learn who we are and what we do and anything about our tournaments, that is a second place outside of the Discord where you can learn about us. Lastly, if you have a Twitch Prime that you want to share with us, we'd be glad to have it. But definitely use it on someone if you haven't yet. Overall, any subscriptions we get just goes towards with prizes and other ways of just improving the stream quality and making this a better experience for everyone. Lastly, this is the last week of the season before the finals. We will make an announcement once we have arranged a date with all the finals participants. What we try to find out what date would work for everyone. And that will be announced in the Discord as soon as we have something ready. Until then, unless I've forgotten something, this is Gosmet, Santi, and the Red Mage, and I think we're signing out here.
We will see you all on Sunday the 2nd, presumably. Join the Discord so we can figure it out. And we will go raid Cameron, because we have never raided Cameron before. And we want to raid Highlander people. So
with
we will...
all 3 viewers.
Actually, might I suggest something else? You know what? No.
No? Okay.
What?
I do have a suggestion, but if you have one.
No, you go for it.
Gladiator M2GA.
Oh, those guys are up? Yeah, okay. I'm down. Is it just one word?
Yeah, and someone's gonna playing a deck with Channel in hand currently. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. That sounds hype. Let me just...
That is the for those who don't know, Gladiator is the arena equivalent of Canadian Highlander and all the Highlander formats. It is a big community of over 6,000 people at this point.
Yeah. And I also... One of the big people that is... one of the people that, really pays attention to that stuff is Little FX Radio, which I do have to say has also helped quite a lot with these tournaments as well. So, they're friends of the stream. Let's go hang out with them.
Absolutely.
We'll see you on the other side of the raid. Talk to you then. Bye.
Bye.